Yeah, I'll just post some chat. There we go.
Hi everybody, welcome to episode 14 of Back to Basics. Myself, Sims, Mr. Harry, his lovely face, Slinky, and the bearded wonder that is Adam. Hi guys, welcome along. This is our official bracket show, you could call it, for i49, which is in about a week's time now. Yeah, we're going to go for a lot of brackets. Just remember, guys, this is a mock bracket show, so we've had to mock. The top 8 isn't officially released for the community seeds, while, Harry, what we're going to do, is it next Monday, possibly?
The roster lock is this Friday. Community voting will take part this weekend, and then the seeds will be released on Monday.
Fantastic. So yeah, we've created kind of a mock top 16. We're going to do a winners bracket and a losers bracket. Hopefully go through each map by map. Skim through the initial kind of first 8, and then when we get, the first 16 to the losers. Get that through, get into the winners, and we're hopefully just going to, we all kind of know who's who, who's best, who's blah, blah, blah. Between 3 of us here, I'm sure we can come up with some good games and some good scores. And guys in the chat, you're all here. It's a community-based show. If you think the scores, you disagree with us, shout your scores out. If you think what I'm saying is wrong and you believe that you actually want a different score, please, by all means, fire it out and say, I want something different. So, yeah, let's rock and roll. On with the show then. So, starting off, we're going to move straight into our usual thing of the bulletin, and we'll let Harry do a little bit on that. And after the bulletin, we're going to go on to the Halo 4 Global Championship invites with top, mid, and beyond. We saw the Halo bulletin, which there is something a little bit about. In fact, you know what? Rather than talk on, Mr. Slinky Dog, how you feeling, bro?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, man. Really excited for the show today, so just going to crack on with the Halo Bulletin, and then we can actually get on to the real good stuff, which is the brackets. Basically, this week, yesterday, Halo Waypoint released the latest Halo Bulletin, and to be honest, there wasn't a whole lot in there, but on Monday there will be 2 new armor mods coming to Halo 4. One is Recharge, and it is Recharge decreases the time it takes for your shields to recharge, so basically when you take fire, that amount of time will be decreased from when your shields recharge, whereas the Recharge one at the moment, I think, I can't remember what it's called, but shielding, that's the one, yeah. That speeds up while your shields are recharging. It increases that. It's kind of pointless, but anyway. The second armor ability, and these are free by the way, Survivor, and this ejects you out of a vehicle as it's about to explode, so you will not be killed if you're inside of a vehicle when it explodes. That is some cool stuff, and to be honest, the other stuff, the Halo Bulletin, isn't really that interesting, to be honest. Just a bit more about the latest Halo 4 Global Championship qualifiers, and at the moment, I believe the top 4 as of the Waypoint Bulletin, I'm pretty sure, were APG, Mikwin, Europe's very own Brandon Stone's Respectful, and I can't remember the 4th, to be honest. So, yeah, that's pretty much the Halo Bulletin this week, to be honest. It's not action-packed, but it's full of goodness, I guess.
It's quite a short and sweet one, isn't it? We all know that we've got the various different things, maps, mods, blah, blah, blah. Everything's starting to come in now, but it's to be fair, we haven't had much of a Halo, but I'm sure we'll get a bigger one once the Global Championships are actually over or finally underway with the finals, unfortunately, on the same weekend as i49, but nevertheless, that's a matter from a different day.
Well, it's not actually the finals, it's only the games.
Sorry, the Cologne one.
The Cologne qualifiers. So.
Yeah, it's. I'm actually looking forward to the finals, to be honest with you. I think it'll be good, and I don't think I've never watched anybody live actually going to do a 1v1 for $200,000. Can you imagine in the 2 finalists what is going to be going through their minds?
Their hands will probably be shaking. I mean, the difference between first and second is about $100,000. So you're effectively 1v1ing for $100,000. So I can't even imagine.
The best part about it is a lot of people think it might get quite campy, which it could. But I reckon, like Harry's mentioned in the past, if it's 2 members of, like, say, Ambush or on the same team, they'll go for it like a total bloodbath, I reckon.
Just full on, let's have it. YOLO swag.
Definitely going to have to be a YOLO 1v1.
A YOLO 1v1.
Top mid, BR fights. Whoever wins the 15 BR fights gets the cash, to be honest. That's what I do.
It'll be definitely good, won't it? It should do what A4D and Deception did at EGL9. YOLO Griffball, let's go!
It's Devastation, actually, bro.
Devastation. Oh, different name. No, I failed so bad. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, Okay then. So enough of that one. You know what, Adam? You're always the quiet beard man in the corner. So Adam, I'm gonna let you roll with this one. Halo 4 Global Championship invites for top mid and beyond. Go.
Thank you. Well, turns out that we had a good announcement today. It was made by Mikhail, I'm pretty sure. Basically, Top Mid are giving away the chance for 2 people to play in the play for the Halo 4 Global Championship Finals in Seattle. It takes place on the 30th of August, the 1st of September. The only one problem, obviously you shouldn't expect it anyways, that you have to pay for your travel accommodation. And of course your food and your taxis and whatnot. What you have to do, first of all, to be entered into this, to get this like fantastic chance, like to even be invited, is to follow Top Mid tweets and tweet the following: I want. I think you should do it in capital letters, if you want to improve your chances. But I want a global championship invite. Hashtag H4GC, and obviously send that to Top Mid tweet. Entries close on the 17th of August, so you've only got a couple of days to get into it. Winners will be announced within 12 hours of the competition, and the winner will be contacted and DM'd on Twitter. But yeah, it's the same rules which applied to the original qualifiers. You have to be over 18 as of July the 5th, and you cannot be a resident in, I'm going to be quite confused, AZ, which I'm pretty sure is Arizona, TN, which would be Tennessee, Quebec, and a few other places. So make sure you check the information on the thread on the forum if you want to make sure everything's legit. But yeah, and another thing I got told was that obviously a lot of people made it clear that they can't enter the competition because maybe they can't afford it. I mean, I'm pretty sure one of the German players, I think it was Blizz, tweeted saying that he would love to go, but he doesn't know if he has short of like over $1,500, like £1,500 just to fly over. And I don't think a lot of players do, but hopefully a few people will, because it's a great opportunity. Not just for like the individual, but if you're representing Top Mid EU, it's gonna look really good in us. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's I think more than out for me. Even if worst comes to worst, and nobody can afford to go, for me at this moment in time, I'm just happy that 3-4. I don't necessarily want to say 3-4-3. Well, I do. 3-4-3 have acknowledged us, but I know there's been a lot of work going on from Mikael and Roy in the forums to do with what they do in the background of 3-4-3. I don't want to just say, oh, it's all 3-4-3. It is, and I think a big kudos to Mike and Roy in the background for doing what they're doing and contacting and doing. They do a lot of work that people have no idea about. But still, to finally get something out of America like this, for me, is massive. It's kind of a bit of a, we are still here. They are still interested. They do acknowledge and recognise Top Mid as a forum. I appreciate it, to be fair, and I think it's kind of shows a little bit. I don't know. It just shows to us that we're still here and we're not going nowhere. For me, that's my point of view on it anyway, I suppose. But we'll see how it goes. Harry, any more on the global championship? Anything you want to?
Yeah, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, Beyond offered invites to Shockwave and Diesel, I think. So yeah, just a bit of information there, and Ogre 2 apparently as well. So yeah, just a bit of information for you there.
Ooh, Ogre 2. Someone has just actually posted in the chat. Ogre 2 is going to win Halo 4 Global Championship. He is a dark horse, but whether you can.
If he does, man, he is the GOAT of Halo.
He wins the GOAT of Halo Award, or GOAT of Century Award.
He's the GOAT.
So he doesn't need to win that. He doesn't need to win that to be GOAT. We all know that already. But it would be a nice touch.
I don't know, man. If Pistola wins that, he could be the GOAT, but I don't know. We'll see.
Is he GOAT or is he God, though, if he won that? That's the question. I'd go with God. Coming out of nowhere and winning that, that's just smacking everybody who's been sweating the good old playlist for the last 4 or 5 weeks now. GG. Right, any more on that, boys? Or do you think we are safe to move on?
Let's go. I'm so excited.
Let's go. Go on then, Harry. I'm going to let you announce this one, because I know you're dying to.
Yeah, just a really, really quick announcement. My team, ITFC, have picked up a sponsor for i49 and future events. We are now sponsored by Epiphany, and we'll be attending, hopefully, i49 and many future European events for them. So just thought I'd give a quick shout out to them. I'd like to thank them very much.
Did he have a League of Legends team?
I think so, to be honest. I don't really know a lot about them. I only found out today, actually. So, but yeah, it's great to be on board. I mean, I've heard that they are actually a really, really quality organisation. So it's it's good to be on board.
Congratulations from everyone at Back to Basics, Harry. Whoever thought Harry Shannon would be able to beast it out of nowhere and drop himself into a good old sponsored team.
Yeah, well, I don't see why you're so surprised, to be honest. But I mean,
How are ITF doing then? How are you fitting in, Harry? Because I know you've not been with them long.
I'll tell you what, we are doing. Considering we've only been a team a couple of days, we've had some really, really good scrims, and we're really gelling well at the moment. And what surprised me the most about this team is that their communication is so good, and it's probably up there with some of the teams that I've played with, and I've subbed for a lot of teams in the past, and their communication is really top notch. Johnny 5 especially, his ability to call plays is like nothing I've ever seen, and he makes it so clear, and everyone follows his orders, and it just makes the game so much easier. So yeah, it's really, really fun.
I'm going to give you a challenge. You help that boy, Mr. Johnny 5, contain his anger on LAN, and he will end lives.
He will.
If he controls his attitude on LAN, that boy will do some serious damage and end lives on LAN. He really will. If he can control control his inner demon.
That's why I'm here, man. That's why I'm
be a sick player.
I'm just an anger management guy, to be honest. I don't even think they think I'm that good of a player. They're just going to try and control the beast that is Johnny 5. I mean, But yeah.
Contain the beast.
loving life on ITF. It's really fun.
Good. Well done. Okay then, so jumping into Hamza, you're going to do the old switcheroony to the next phase of our wonderful, wonderful show. Hamza should be throwing something across your screens right about now, and we should be moving, if it all goes well, to the brackets! And there they are! Look at that! Ooh, at the queue! He's taken so long to do this. Right, guys, we've got 2 sets, so we're going to nail through the winner's bracket first of all. We're going to go straight through. We have to do it in 2 parts.
First of all, I think we should probably announce the seeds that we did, if we still have them anyway.
Do you have them to hand?
I think I remember. I think we seeded High Society first, Outbreak second. I think it was it the French team?
The French third, I think. Who was it? Was
yeah.
it?
No.
French,
yeah, French third. And then I think 4th was Deception. 5th was A4D, 6th was ITFC, 7th was Destined for Top 12, which is Spen and Macca's team, and 8th was Shady Tales.
Mutiny,
yes.
Mutiny.
We also did some rough top 16 seeds. Off the top of my head, I can't really remember who they are. I think 9th was Revolt, and then 10th was Get Off the Clown, which was Lampost's team. And then 11th onwards, I cannot remember. So I do apologise, but you should be able to see them all on your screen. They should be all there on the bracket, so you can kind of figure it out for yourselves. But again, these are not official seeds. These are completely mock seeds. The seeds will be announced on the next Monday, and the 9th to 16th seeds will be decided through the FFA. So these are not official seeds. Just make this clear.
Yeah, this really is a mock. Oh, in fact, I've got the things here, Harry. 9th Revolt, 10th Get Off the Clown, 11th Reformed, 12th HP, 13th Dexterity, 14th NMB, 15th Existence, 16th Velociraptors. And again, guys, like Harry says, you need to understand these simply are a mock bracket. Everything will be released in due course. This is us for fun and lols, people to get to know the teams, and for us to give some sort of idea. It's a bit of fun, really. It's a bit of fun to do. Right,
guys, just really quickly before we kick off with the brackets, please tweet the stream. Make sure everyone worldwide in the Haloverse knows this is going on, because it's going to be a good show.
A lot of people saying Halo is dead. We've seen a lot of things at the moment with Call of Duty. Yes, we all know about it. We've all seen it. We've all heard about it. And GTA. And GTA. Unfortunately, we have all watched Mr. Gandhi's thoughts, which I fully respect that man with all my heart, because he is an absolute true legend and speaks nothing but the truth. But we can't let this dishearten us, guys. We have to keep backing up what we're doing. Have to keep going. Let's just keep going. Let's get cracked on then. So, we're starting off then. Are we doing it game by game, guys, did we say? Or are we just firing through these initial ones?
I would say the initial ones, I'd say just fire through them. And then when we get to the tougher rounds, I'd say just go through game types. Throw some game types at us.
Okay, game 1. HS versus Velociraptors. Are we doing scores or are we just doing win or loss?
I'd just, for these early rounds, I'd do just win or lost. And Velociraptors, I believe, is Viable Manatee's team. And They did pick up Expose before the event. Unfortunately,
Scumbag!
as we all know, Expose has dodged countless events before now. Apparently, a wedding popped up on the weekend. I don't know how many weddings, just happened 2 weeks before, they actually happened. So, I mean, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I can't remember their full lineup, if I'm honest. I'm pretty sure it is Viable Manatee. I'm sure people in the chat can help out. But yeah, they got really, really unlucky with Exposed dodging, to be honest. I think it's a lot of people's on that lineup's first team for an event, so it's kind of harsh on them, but hopefully they get a decent, respectable placement. We seeded them 16th through FFA, so they can't be that bad, so it's a shame.
Something else to remember is that, sorry Harry to cut you off real quickly, but just that a lot of teams, if someone dodges, it happens to a lot of teams and a lot of players, and don't be disheartened about it. There's a lot, you can pick up someone in a day and you can do really well. Even it's not the end of the world, so keep your chin up.
Remember Outbreak. Unfortunately, I won't say he dodged. I know a lot of other things happened with what was his name?
Epi
was a fantastic player. I rated Epi as one of the best.
Oh
no! But they got riots. I don't know if Matt's saying that because I've said it, or we've just both said it at the exact same time. Kamikaze in the chat. I've just noticed you said it then. You're thinking exact same as me, mate. Yeah, they managed to get Riots. Riots probably critically acclaimed as one of the best players in the EU of all time. Yeah, all right, you might not get a Riots, but look what happened to them. Anything can happen. Anything. This is Halo. Anything goes.
Unfortunately, I don't think Riots is actually available for them to pick up. So, I mean, don't know.
Good luck next time.
You think? I mean, to be fair, you look at that. I mean, I've still seen... old Dash Inspired to Kill, he's still floating around here and there, and I keep hearing his name pop up now and again. He's an FA. Why would somebody want to pay him to go out there? Someone could buy especially sponsor him to come out, and he'd probably play for you. And he's one of the biggest slayers going around. But anyway, moving on. Let's crack on with these brackets, ladies.
I'd say just quickly on the flip side, High Society, they got knocked off by Vibe last event. Their lineups: Reaction, Riots, Ramirez, the 3 R's, and then Chalky, probably the best player in Europe right now. So yeah, unfortunately for
Velociraptors,
they will be 3-0'd quite swiftly in this bracket round 1, unfortunately.
Adam, win or loss to HS?
Solid win for HS, but I reckon if they're not careful, because they have not been practicing at all, another team have, we could see a slight chance of a repeat of what Whiting did to Western Wolves. They took Haven TS, everyone's surprised, but I reckon experience will more than truly pay off for High Society.
Okay then, so HS will put them through as a win. Moving on, Hamza, HS win. Moving on, Mutiny Revolt. This could be an interesting one. We were speaking about this earlier on. Mutiny at the moment, I don't know what's gone on, but I know Amals is not playing for him anymore. I don't know if he was dropped or if he left. We're not going to go into it. But they are currently a 3. Now, I know that they have, without being harsh to Trick, because he's such a nice guy, and he's called Richard, so he's a winner all around. Apparently Trick's telling me he's left now. I have been hearing that, unfortunately, Mutiny have been taking a bit of a kicking with teams of recent. I think we all know this. They have been taking quite a few beatings, and having a teammate leave a week before an event is a killer blow to any team at all, which has been practicing. I do feel sorry for them. It is a killer. But we said this before. We know how Mutiny have been playing as of recent. Revolt, we seeded them 9th. Could they upset Mutiny?
Yes.
That was a very strong yes.
I'm going to throw up some truths here, and I know Trick is in the chat, and I love Trick. I love Trick to the bottom of my heart.
It's all fun, and it's all jovial. There's no offence. We all know this.
But the way Shady Tails play Halo makes me sick to my stomach. Because they play the game so passive, and I think we scrimmed them maybe... I think it was maybe our first day as a team, and we played Simplex, and the game ended 3-1. And I have never ended a Simplex flag game 3-1. It went to 15 minutes at 3-1. The game ended with a flag standoff. It was so frustrating. I believe, I'm not sure if this is official Trick, but I believe they picked up PJ, and PJ is a good player.
He is.
And I believe they're good friends as well. So that works out quite well for them. I'd like to see them play really well, but I think for me this is the matchup of winners bracket round 1. I think winners bracket round 1 is going to be a best of 3, so this really could go either way. On the side of Revolt, you have Captain Uppercut, who I believe is from Norway. He's taken a bit of a beating online because he can take a few shots, but he knows what he's doing. And then alongside those guys, you have Human, who's really, really good. He surprised me really at EGL9 when we played him. I think they took him 1 dispatch flag, on stream, and that guy single-handedly dismantled us. I mean, it was my job to get on ring 3 on dispatch flag, and I just couldn't stay up there for more than 5 minutes. I think I ended up dropping an egg 7 just from Human sniping me off ring 3. So he doesn't get enough love. So really, really, he's a good player. He's really underrated. I wish he had a solid team. Not that these guys aren't a solid team, but I wish he had a long-term team that he could form with. Hopefully these are the guys for that.
We're not going to spend much more longer on these are things, but I do think we are right in saying that Mutiny and Revolt, if this got to this level, this would be pretty much the match-off of this winners bracket round 1. Adam, Mutiny Revolt, thoughts?
I reckon you're 100% right. It's going to be the tightest of the games played, because Mutiny, I still stand by this my prediction that Mutiny they have the best chance to get the best practice. 3 of them can sit next to each other, side by side, monitor, right next to each other, and they can put in so much more time and effort into screen watching, getting used to each other than Revolt can. I have a lot of faith in Revolt, despite the disappearance of Oddbox, because Oddbox is one of my favorite players. I want these kind of teams that float around, but I don't know. I don't know if there's enough time, because there's still a lot of time for PJ to gel with Mutiny or Shady Tails. But I reckon if Trick's got his thinking cap on, he always wears, then I reckon Mutiny will pull through. So.
Right, okay, so is that a yes from you to Mutiny then?
Yes.
I would say it's so tough that I would put Mutiny through based on where they're seated, because that's
it.
I mean that's such a tough call, because it will be so close on the day if this ends up being a matchup. But unfortunately, it is a best of 3, which means a bit of momentum isn't really helpful. But you never know. You never know.
Don't say momentum, Milan's concern.
Top 24 what?
What? Mert? Yeah, I'm going to... Well, I'll tell you what then. I will make it a 3-0, and we are going to put Mutiny through over Revolt, Hamza. That's... Just do 3-all for now, Hamza, on every single game. Just the simple fact of we're going to fly through these. But put 3-2 if you want. Put 3-2. Okay, next one. The Marmite Boys. I like to call these my Marmite Boys. Rain Deception versus Dexterity. Without being an ass in any way, shape or form, I'm just going to say a straight Deception 3-0. But that's... Harry, your thoughts?
Yeah, it should be really a straightforward Deception 3-0. Got to give a shout out to their opponents though, Dexterity. I think it's Looney Dogs, Squashy Josh, Pyro, and off the top of my head I can't remember their fourth. I can't remember.
Getting actual things a bit now so we can reference them.
Yeah.
It's the player. I think it's not Esquire.
Yes, that's the one. Yes, Esquire.
Oh, what? You guessed that?
And I tell you what, these guys have been taking a lot of advice from some some of the better teams that they're playing. So they will not do bad this tournament, and especially considering I'm pretty sure it's all of their first event as well. So you can't really count them out in the losers bracket. But yeah, it should really be Deception's game, this one.
I agree.
I agree as well. I'll say quickly, Dexterity is a team. They remind me of the Deception before EGL 7. We used to scrim them a lot, and we used to drill them for the mistakes they used to make. And I played quite a few games with Esquire, and I can't remember the other player. It might have been Looney Dogs, but they have potential, but they make basic mistakes, which again, top players still make big mistakes. But they've got the potential, and they've got a lot to learn from playing against Deception. Maybe they'll pick up a lot of things from Deception, or notice and catch on straight away. So in the next game, when they fall into losers, unfortunately, if they lose, then they can take that experience and learn from it. But Deception are going to be too strong and too well prepared for that matchup.
I dare say, would you all agree that Deception right now are the single most practiced team in the EU?
Yes.
Yes.
But no one even comes close. They're on at about 2 p.m. and they're scrimming until like 9. I mean, they're really, really good, and also they're really useful to scrim against because we got thrashed by them, I think 8-2 in like a 10-game series because Zoe didn't have Skyline. And we learned a lot playing against them. I mean, it's not like they don't know what they're doing. It's not like people who just call them warriors. I mean, they know what they're doing, and it's all from the practice that they play. I mean, they play a lot of throwdown as well, so they're very good. To be honest.
Is it going to be? In fact, we can talk about these when we go through them. All right, so we're going to do Hamza match 3, 3-0 deception. Okay, then last game then match 4. We're going to do all fall down, Mr. A4D, as you are the captain of that team, and you will be playing HP. What do you expect your team to do against HP?
Well, considering I know quite a few of these Scottish fellows, I plan to trash talk the uttermost crap out of them because they're really good guys. I've actually met a few of them, a few tournaments up here, and they're not. I've always said this about Scottish teams and Irish teams as well. They always grew up watching MLG and Americans, so they have naturally aggressive play styles. I'm not saying that they're English or other European teams are more passive. They have that mentality of like challenging and playing Halo so differently. And we played against them, and they were like all over us. And like they have the right mindset. They just need a little bit more teamwork. Then again, the last time I played against them was like maybe over 2 weeks ago. Back when we still had was it Kyle? Yeah, we still had Kyle. But I reckon these guys, they're probably, I think they're quite a tall bunch as well. So if they get quite vocal, quite motivated, I reckon they'll do quite well. But I'd like to think that our experience and our teamwork would pay off against them. So I'm going to sadly give us the win against them.
I will go second, and I will also second that. 3-0, Slinky, I'll leave it there. Even though it's 2 versus 1, what do you think? Your opinions on that?
Yeah, it should be really quite an easy job for A4D. I really, really like the HP boys, but A4D just have too much experience between them, to be honest. They're, again, another team that's their first LAN, and it's a really good LAN to be coming to as well for your first one. I mean, the quality of i49 as a tournament provider will be, a really good experience for them, and hopefully they'll come back for more. But winners bracket round 1, unfortunately, is going to be A4D's game.
Okay, then. I think that is a quite clear one. Then match 4, that's going to be A4D 3-0 HP. So, guys, we're going to move on to the second part of the winners bracket. You will see it update slowly. Hamza will be bringing it up. We can only fit half on at a time. But if we have a look at some of those games that are coming up next, then Hamza, can you just scroll back for people to have a look at what's going to be coming up next? Just go back up for us, pal, and we'll have a look at what matches people are going to be getting afterwards. So we've got Deception versus A4D. That could be a rematch of the almost a rematch of the oddball we saw at EGL9. And we have High Society versus Mutiny. Right, we'll come back to those afterwards. They could be the second game. The Deception versus A4D could be a good one. Okay, Hamza, move back down then. We will go on to the second part of the winners bracket round 1. So, here we go then. Outbreak and Existence. As we all know, Outbreak, they're a very good team in my eyes. They are going to be. I'll be damned if they don't pull top 3, and I'll be annoyed at them if they don't pull top 3 as well.
Smithy's shit. Smithy's awful.
I'll be really annoyed if these guys don't pull top 3. They've got Snipe Drone on there, who's pretty much going to be showing up at his second LAN. He's got practice and experience now. He knows what to expect. I don't think he'll choke. He's got a much better team. As long as he gets his teamwork right, because he's a really quiet player. He's all right online. He loves to talk shit online. But online, he was quiet. He didn't say boo to Gus with this. I was stunned at being the shyest person I met at EGL9. His sniping was not on form as what it is online, whether that's has anything to do with his connection or not. But he simply could be, for me, one of the best players we see at this LAN if he really pulls out all the stocks, and he could be. I don't want to say pull this team to the top because they're all great players, but he could be a game changer. Good Mike. He really could do damage and just heads will roll if he gets hold of that sniper rifle. They really would. But they've got what's so dangerous about this? It's that team for me. And a game like Dispatch. Usually you'll have one on your team, you'll have someone who always goes for sniper, who's always good at it. Yes, we know that Snipe Drone's good, it's in his name with a sniper. But that entire team, all 4 of them, shit hot with a sniper rifle. and you can pick any. If they get you on dispatch and they get both snipers, you're not seeing the death screen. You're going to be off spawn. You're going to be dead before they even know it. Yeah, enough about talking about them though. I'm going to go existence. Unfortunately, guys, because of Outbreak and who they are and what they've been doing, I'm going to have to go for a swift 3-0 on that one. I don't know about you guys, Harry.
Well, I mean, let's talk about Outbreak for a second. Snipe Drone is a top kid. Jimbo, weapon people on. Smithy, his BR waves in the wind, man. He can't hit any shots. But Animac's okay, I guess. I mean, like, nah, for real. We have played a few games against Outbreak. I mean, they are. I mean, we caught them on a bad day. I mean, the series tied 3-3 before Jimbo fucking range quit. But they're organised. They know what they're doing. It would be a surprise to me if these guys finish outside of the top 4. To be honest, considering Adamak and Smithy's previous placement at BGR9. I mean, some people say Riot's carried him, but I mean that just wasn't the case. So yeah, Sniper is so deadly. I think Jimbo probably is the most underrated on that team. I had a chance to play alongside him on LAN at the ITF Social LAN a few months back, and it was so much fun playing with him because he just kills everything, man. It makes it so easy to play, especially objective game modes. So yeah, I like this team. Unfortunately for Existence, which is Animate, Vexed, Unicorns and Fracture, they get a really, really tough opponent first round, so I think it's Outbreak's game, this one.
I'd say the same thing with the previous guys who spoke about the team that was playing HP. Like, they need to just take, they can't walk into the game expecting to win, but they can take a lot from the game, especially a team like Outbreak, who are predicted and expected to reach the final of the tournament. They're going to be doing a lot of things right, so just learn a lot from them, and try and take a game off them, and see how well you do. But yeah, I think it's going to be a very quick 3-0 to Outbreak, as long as Smithy has not been a Smithy. But credit to them, they're good players, so I reckon they'll pull it off quite easily.
Right, guys, I'm going to start flying through these now because I want to get to move on. Like Spence said, we should be talking more about closer games and better teams and such. No offense to anybody there. So yeah, Outbreak 3-0 Existence, Hamza, match 5. Moving on to match 6, we have DT12, Spen's team. They're going to be playing Get Off the Clown. Again, for me, that is a swift 3-0, possibly maybe one game taken off them, but I very much doubt it. Swift 3-0 for me for DT12. Now you change your mind, Spen. Now you win like a bitch. Yeah.
Tell you what, like, I'm just going to go ahead before you add them quickly.
That's alright.
You say this should be a swift 3-0, but we're forgetting here. This wins bracket round 1 is more than likely going to be played on the Friday night, and it's going to be a best of 3. Get Off the Clown have been playing a lot, and I mean a lot of matchmaking. I mean, they do not. They would rather play Throne out over swimming teams. I don't know whether that's beneficial for them or not. It's probably not, but you can't discount these guys' practice. I think it will be probably 2-1. But again, Spen's team has so much experience. I mean, Yak is just a beast, man. So, and Spen, isn't too bad either. So, yeah, it should be a 2-1 Spen's team, but don't count out an upset here.
Can I just say, right? Can I ask what get off the clown even means? No.
It's some kind of inside joke, maybe. I don't really know, to be honest.
But clearly, there was a clown that all 4 of them were on, and they didn't appreciate him being on top of him, so obviously that's what happened.
Well, either way, like, as Harry's brought up, these guys seem to be playing an awful lot, and these kind of teams will punish teams that are not paying attention. And how much you spend and Yak and that do have the experience, they'll probably walk into a bit of an XYZ against Riot, like, this will be piss easy, guys. Don't you worry about it. You never know. Like, the team could, as Harry said, like, jump up on a Friday night and surprise them. But at the moment, I'm going to go with a safe, experienced 2-1 to Spen's team. He's going to love that. I should have said that. Macca's team.
Right, let's go for it then. Macca's team, 2-1. DT12 beating Clown 2-1 in match 6, Hamza. Okay, next one we have Sheeps with machine guns. Les French, les résistants.
Je m'appelle
Mr. Bottomus, yes.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je m'appelle.
Botty and his boys are coming over from France. They are the only team from outside of United Kingdom.
Yes,
think
there
it's
are a few foreigners dotted about on some UK teams, but yeah, I believe that's the case.
Yeah, well, Bottomless is bringing his boys. They did win the, am I right in thinking, the i49 online cup, so they do have the tickets.
Yep.
A lot of people complaining like they complained about Deception, about them being online warriors, Sponge, and all this lot and all that crap. How much of a sponge you are, no matter what, it's regardless. I don't think you can be as much of a sponge you want, but to beat people of a higher level, you still need to know what you're doing with the game. And sometimes for me, sponge can just be a little bit of an excuse for, crying a little bit, I suppose. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, for me, again, that there, right there, is a swift 3-0 against NNB. I don't even know if NNB is a full team as of yet. I know it still says looking for one on the forum.
Left the team.
Has he left it?
I'm pretty sure I heard last time I checked that he was off the team.
Right, okay. Well, we'll go for... I'm going SWM 3-0, and I'm guessing you boys are as well, but I'll... Adam?
Easy win for Shoops with machine gun. Sorry,
Harry?
Yeah, it should be a Frenchy win.
Hamza, match 7. Le French take game 3-0. I don't even know what the numbers are.
Anyway.
Okay, Harry, I'm going to let you start off this one. ITFC, your team, in match A against Reformda.
Yeah, Reformed. Really tough kind of team to play against, really, because you never know how they're going to turn up. I played Lindez online again, Godly online. These guys are some of the hardest players online to kill for me, to be honest. But they know what they're doing again. Godly's another player that I played against on Human's team last event. And, again, they came out of the blocks really fast last time we played them. They came off a pretty hot series beating Pinchy's team, I believe. So, if they do well in the FFA, but again, it's all kind of momentum, and in a best of 3, that doesn't really help you out, to be honest. I can't see us counting these guys out, but to be honest, I think we should come out of the win with that against Reform. To be honest, they're all good players though, and I really, really rate Malzi. So, yeah, maybe I would say a conservative 2-1 to us, maybe.
I'm just going to laugh at Spence. John Spence just putting hashtag DT12. You must like the name DT12.
DT12, man, that's a new team.
DT12, that is it now, John Spence. We are sorted. Okay, Reformed. Adam, ITF versus... I'm sorry, I never say ITFC. I don't like calling you ITF. ITF versus Reformed.
You can call us ITFC if you want. I mean, I don't think we mind. You can call us Epiphany even if you want. I mean, it's up to you. Epiphany ITF. So, hey, don't be hating, man. Epiphany ITFC. That's the new team name. So just get used to it, okay?
Cool story, bro.
ITF fans, I was better, man. I know, I reckon this will be a decent game in the sense that this is probably, we're kind of forgetting, apart from the Mutiny game, the Mutiny series against Revolt, right? All right. Well, apart from that game, this is probably the second closest game that I can think of in this bracket. And no offense, to ITF are all good players. In my head, I can be challenged in this, but I'd say they're probably the second most practiced team of 3 and an added free agent walking into the event. Because obviously Harry, like I said, my prediction, he's subbed for a lot of teams. He's played a lot. He knows a lot. He's quite intelligent. He's been watching a lot of the streams and that, so he knows what to do. And ITF have no doubt practiced a lot, including their pre-land that they had. They're the only team that I can remember, minus Totter's not being there, but Harry was there, so that can account. They're the only team for pre-land for it to have any extent of it walking into the event. And, I reckon ITF should walk away with this little winners bracket matchup. But, like I said, it'll be an interesting game, but I think it'll be a nice 3-0.
Definitely. I mean, this is no way to twist anyone's community votes any way, shape or form. Please do not listen to anything that you say on here. This is simply for fun. But Reform, for me, are one of those teams that I think they're in with Revolt, Reformed, and Mutiny. They all have a possible chance of scraping, that bottom top 8 seed. They're all quite good teams, all within one another. I think Mutiny, because of who they are and who they've got on the team and how much they've been playing, possibly just have a little bit of an advantage. Again, don't let me sway your vote in any way, but I do think, in all honesty, that just with who's on it, I mean, you've got Godley, Lindez, two really, really nice guys, really land veterans. They know what they're doing. Gav, you got Can easy, Mr. Carnage, Mr. Gav, the Halo legend that is. He's been there since day one. All right, he's a lot of time off. He's probably out of it compared to other people, but he's a great good guy, and he's a face, he's a person in the community, and he's loud. He's what you expect from a Lanimal. He really is. He's a Lanimal. And then you got O'Malsey. He's so underrated at the moment. I think it's untrue, and I really do think at this line he'll come into his own and start ripping faces off with the sniper rifle. Yeah, they could scrape top 8 for me, and I do think they'll give ITF. I won't say a run for your money, but I think they'd make you struggle for your 3-0. I think they'd make you play for your 3-0. They'd make you work for your dinner, definitely. Shouldn't definitely don't put them out of it. I do think they'll make you work for your money, even if you do 3-0. It won't be a whitewash, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair, to be honest. I mean, with them losing Helium, really, I mean, that team took a massive blow, but they managed to find a gem in the fact that O'Malsey had to leave Shady Tails Mutiny. So, I mean, I think they probably would have been stronger with Liam, but, I mean, again, I'm not on that team, so, it'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
So, cool. Okay, then, well, we'll put, just for fun of it, we'll put ITF through on a 3-0 against Reformed, match 8, Hamza. I'm assuming if I load this up, then it'll take. Oh, look at that! It actually works. It actually works. Right. So now we go. I'm assuming now we all have the brackets. We go back up to the top, don't we? And we carry on through winners. I'll wait until Hamza scrolls back up again, and then we will start on match 9. Okay, guys. So we are moving into quarterfinals. This will be winners bracket round 2. First game, match 9. HS versus Mutiny. Adam, start off, homeboy.
Just like the Velociraptors game, I'm afraid it's going to be a very quick 3-0 again. Like, people need to remember that the only two teams that can stand up to High Society were Vibe and SOH. And possibly, nice predictions on that. Possibly, shoots with machine guns, but at the moment, since 2 of them are not going, being Vibe and SOH, I reckon High Society are going to fly through this top part of the bracket easily, and it's going to be 3-0 for High Society. Sorry, Trick and Co.
It's only just dawning to me with Vibe not going and Anima's team not going that High Society could actually blitz through this tournament and do an XL2 TSG and just go through without dropping a game. That's quite a scary thought, to be honest. I mean, if you look at the teams that are left, there's Outbreak, maybe Deception, and A4D, who can take, maybe a game off High Society. But other than that, there's no real competition, to be honest. So, again, yeah, what I'm getting to anyway is a High Society 3-0, because we should be in best of 5 by then. But, I mean, it's looking like an easy tournament for High Society, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Are we all in agreement it's going to be a 3-0 then? HS win? Harry? Adam? I'm good for it.
It's a yes.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Hamza. 3-0 to HS match 9. Moving on then. Now this for me is going to be a good one. Deception versus A4D. Yeah, Johns was right. We do need to bang through this. Okay, Deception versus A4D. Start it off, Harry.
This is where it gets so tough, man, because Deception are so practiced, and I know Adam's here, but I mean, I think you can argue as well, Adam, that you guys are probably the least practiced team for this event. So it's so hard, because if you look at Deception, they're 3 top 12 kids. One of them's a top 16 kid, if I remember correctly, and then you have Warlord, who couldn't even get top 4 with Chalky on his team. So it's so tough for me to do this, but I honestly think Deception, with their online practice, and I know they're unbelievable online, but I think I'm going to have to do it. I think it will be a Deception 3-1. and I can't believe I'm saying that because of the team, like the players that are on Deception, but they have just played this game too much to lose on LAN in such an early round. I'm sorry, I can't see it happening. I'm sorry.
Adam, your response to that? Do you think, off the top of your head then, yes or no, do you honestly think, with tonight's recent events as well, into consideration, will Deception be able to beat you on LAN?
Are you talking about after what happened like an hour ago?
Yes.
Yes. Obviously, if any team losing a player a week before the event, whether that's final or not, if that is true, then yeah. I reckon, Deception should storm, as like Harry said. The team literally walking into the event with the most hours played out of any individual combined on any team. These are the 4 most practiced individuals, going into the tournament. And Stu, if I remember, was also one of the most people with the most hours played on his last team. And I'm sorry, you can ask Julian if you don't trust me. He was probably one of the worst people on that team. And whether or not that was nerves sitting next to Jake or whatever, it stands for itself. Like, can't get top 4 with Jake, then, I don't know. But like I said, this is a bit different. They're a bit more practiced. They put lawyers into the game. But I don't think it'll be a 3-1. I reckon give a little bit more respect. Could be a 3-2, depending on the day. But I'm sorry, but I don't plan on losing to any of those players. It's going to be my mission not to give them any
Oh,
respect.
you're going to put this vote on me now, aren't you? Shit.
Come on, Sims. You can do this, man. Just dig deep.
I'm really sorry, Adam, but I've got to say Deception 3-2. I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I've got to say Deception 3-2. And I think... I'm sorry. I've got to do it. I think with practice, just with the amount of stuff, and also with the shit that's gone on tonight, if that still goes on, which I feel sorry for you because that is going to be shit if it does, but yeah.
Sorry. I heard it before. It's all good.
Hamza, 3-2 Deception, please. Deception go
I can
through.
just imagine ITF just losing the rest of their bracket games now that Adam's fucking just heard me say that. I'm so sorry, man.
Let's start moving on through these. Let's seriously start going through these. And now, Harry, match 11, winner 2, Outbreak versus T12. This is going to be a good one.
This will be really good, actually, because I don't think Outbreak are as strong as many people think they are, and I think Spen's team are the perfect team to just come in with nothing to lose and take a few scouts. So I think this will be a game 5, to be honest. I think this will be a 3-2. Whether it goes to Spen's team or not, I don't really know, but I think it'll be a game 5, but I can't really decide this one, to be honest. Maybe Outbreak, considering they're seeded so high, but I mean, just Spen's team, man, they just have nothing to lose. Like DT12, they're just, I don't know, they're playing a lot recently, and as soon as Yak gets back and starts playing again, they could be a really, really tough team on the day. So I don't know, man. I really don't know. I can't call that one.
Adam, most of you.
I'm gonna say as much as I like the team of DT12. That sounds like a boy band. As much as they're all good players in that, I reckon Outbreak will win. I still think about Frio, but at the same time, like how you said, that team has nothing to lose. Like they're gonna go out there, just play the usual Halo. Something I'm gonna say though, I know Spen's here. He needs to concentrate on his own game rather than shit talk. Because when he was playing against Ethnic last event, he was giving it all that, and I don't know if he was playing on his game so much. He was out to do his usual shit. But I don't know. I think if Spen keeps his head in the game, just pretend they're always Z's and Flame Chase, you'll be fine. But yeah. But I still think Outbreak will take it 3-0.
All right. I'm going for an Outbreak win. I'm not going to call a score. Well, in fact, I'll 3-1 Outbreak. Sorry, Spen. Harry. Oh well, that's two. That's 2 Outbreaks. 2. Yeah. Okay then. What score are you saying, Adam? I think it's a 3 or a 3-0. Did you say?
I'd say 3-0. Sorry.
I'd say 3-1's a fair.
I think 3-1's fairer.
Yeah.
Outbreak 3-1. Do it, Hamza. Sorry, John. Sorry. Sheeps with machine guns. Les French, Les Bottomus, and Cole versus ITFC. I'm going to go all in. I'm just going to say, I'm going to start off this. I'm going to say French are going to do you here 3-2 or 3-1. I really do, Harry. I do think the French are just going to do you on this. I don't know why. I think they're really underrated. I think they're going to come in and they're going to smash faces. And I hope they do, and that's no offence to anybody. I just think they'll do well. So I'm going to say French 3-1 against ITFC, and that's no offence to anybody on that team. I just think they're going to be a damn good, underrated team.
I agree. Don't know whether they'll beat us or not, but I think we'd give them a really good series. These kinds of rounds are where it starts getting really interesting because I've talked a lot with the boys, and we've practiced a lot, we've gone through a lot of stuff, and I feel like we're improving every single game. So I think we give the French a good run for their money. Whether we beat them or not, again, it comes down to on the day. I can't really make my mind, but obviously I'm going to have to pay my opponents a little bit of respect and say, the French will beat us. But yeah, I wouldn't count us out. I'd say this could go either way, to be honest.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to go ahead and say, as much as I have love for the ITF boys, especially my boy Harry. I think these guys are gonna come over with the right attitude. They're gonna not have a single care in the world about you guys. They're just gonna be like, right, get past these guys, go into the next round, and that can catch a lot of teams off guard. But these guys, I reckon they're a bit more better individually than teams in the past that have fallen to that. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is that Johnny Five, in my opinion, has one of the better mentalities in Europe, and I reckon if he loses the game, things might start. Like if he loses the game against Chiefs and Machine Guns, that might cause a reaction maybe. And I'm talking about into loser bracket, like Sif and Javier. They're both like great players, and I reckon when you do lose your first proper series, it doesn't feel good, and I think it's going to be a big test to see if your boys can keep their heads up and fly through losers. That's if you lose, of course. But I'm going to put my money on Sheep's Machine Guns.
I'd say that's fair. I mean, it's worth noting that we haven't actually played against them online yet. So, Boston S, if you're in the chat, please add me, man. My game tag should be on the screen. Hopefully we can play you guys soon. So.
Okay, we got to really start flying through this, guys. It's not going to go on for a lot longer.
It's a bracket show, man. Let's chill and enjoy it.
It's not going to be an hour long. I'd never planned on it being that. We'd actually planned it being 2, to be honest. So we'll keep going. We'll try and speed up, but we're going to keep going. I think this is quite good. The losers brackets will go through a lot quicker. Don't worry. So what we're doing then, guys, is a score. SMW are going to win, but what they're going to win, I'm going to say 3-1. Adam.
I'm going to say 3-0. Sorry.
Harry.
3-2.
Mine's in middle. We'll meet in middle, boys. Wait. Amza SWM go through against ITFC. They will go to play Outbreak. Right, back up to the top then. Let's quickly fire these through. So we have, let me do a quick refresh of that.
Oh, can I start with this, please?
Yeah, mine ain't loading up for some reason. It has crashed, which is wonderful. Very much. I'm going to have to look on his screen instead. Okay, so we have HS versus Deception. Right, I want people in the chat to start off with, guys. You all in the chat. HS versus Deception. Put HS score first, Deception score second. Go, 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 go. Give me some scores. Harry, what do you think to start off with?
I'll let Adam start this because he's so excited.
I was going to say, bear in mind, right, you're thinking everyone in this HS team hates that squad, right? Regardless of their, new kids on the block. Remember what happened in that competition when Moses was apparently cheating these guys out of these free tickets? Which always if it's true, then it sucks. But there's going to be a lot of vengeance taken out because obviously Deception take games, pure hate. Yeah, but obviously these players like Deception are used to winning and beating High Society, and High Society are not going to stand for anything less than a steak dinner on a Slayer. That's what I'm talking about, total annihilation. So I'm going to go for the fattest of 3-0 to High Society. So, yeah.
Jesus. So many mixed emotions against other people here. You see, I can't decide. For me, it's going to be one or over. It's going to be an absolute cakewalk for one team. More than likely HS. It's going to be a cakewalk. Or Deception are just by skin of the teeth going to beat them, and I can't get in my mind. I think it's going to be a whitewash or an upset, and I just can't. There's no in between with this one, in my opinion. They're either going to let the let the spirits break. Andy's going to absolutely troll them to shit and break the spirits. Or Mose is just going to get his head in the game and bring his team together and start killing people and ending lives. But
Put it this way, who's going to be choking? Do you think Eyesight are going to choke against Deception, or Deception going to choke against HS?
well, we can talk about EGL9 against Vi, but that's for another day.
Yeah, on that topic, man, do you remember how pumped up Andy tried to get his team, Ramirez tried to get his team when they were down in the series against Vibe? I think it wasn't it they were down 2-1 and Andy started getting so vocal, especially in the finals as well when he was trying to get his team back in it. If he gets vocal and loud against Moses' team, Deception, I mean, they don't have the most experience in tournament play, and especially Brandon. I know Respectful can get really, quite irate when he's, things aren't going his way. So I mean, that could, plant a bomb on his team. So
Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, because this is a hard one. I'm sorry, I don't want to move on from this one. I'm going to pick 3 game types. People in the chat, I want you to just put HS or DEC for each game type, okay? HS or DEC. So, first game then, we will do Onyx CTF. HS or DEC?
I would say Deception would take that one.
Everyone's saying HS at the moment, to be honest.
We played against High Society on that game type. I think we played against High Society. No. It was Deception we played. And
It's so hard.
we got
That's a really hard game to call.
we got steamrolled, man, against Deception. I mean, we got a couple of caps in, but the way they play is that Mose somehow finds a way underneath the map to actually get inside your base without you even knowing. And as soon as you start getting shot in the back, they start pulling a flag, man, and it's like, it's so hard to counter. And they do the same on Simplex as well. There's just 2 maps that are essentially the same flag-wise. You kill on one side, they'll spawn the other.
Adam, what do you think? Eyesight or Deception, Onyx CTF?
Eyesight without a doubt.
Right, we're going to go for a high-sighted 1-0 there for the time being. Okay, game 2, we will do Skyline Slayer, HS or DEC. Chat, go. Give me some names.
Such a random game type, man.
Yeah, Harry, what do you think?
Such a random game type, I can't call that. I still don't think anyone really in Europe knows how to play it, to be honest. It's so random.
That is maybe why DEC Deception might have the upper advantage of it. They might be super aggressive on them.
Dude, that is a map where sprint is such a factor, and you have Warlord on that team who is essentially Usain Bolt, and he is just... His nickname is Usain Bolt. He's a cross between Usain Bolt and Harry Potter, but, we'll just skip over that. And that's a map where you can sprint and get away into cover from pretty much anywhere on the map. That sprint ruins that map, and you combine that with the #1 sprinter of all time, it's got to be Deception's game, man. Like, on that factor alone. I mean, again, it's such a random game type, and no one really knows how to play it, to be honest. Like,
Harry, Adam, what do you think?
Dude, I think everyone's forgetting, who is on this High Society team. I'm sorry, right? But Harry said it himself. You have a guy, people who haven't even broken the top 8. They haven't even broken the top 8 apart from Stu had Jake in his team. And Trank, and Kamikaze. And these are European champions. I don't even think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be an absolute massacre. I remember listening to the rebroadcast of Warlord, on his team, last event with Jake and that. And you think he'd be really trying, and he was barely even calling out. And I know, Adversary is meant to be the vocal leader in that team, but if you've got Riot's top middle just shitting on your parade, you've got Andy just running around the map, and God knows what Eddie likes doing, making sure no one gets behind you. It's not going to be. I don't know. It's obviously just my opinion, but I know. And I'm not mad, Jack. You're just bad, but nah. I reckon High Side is going to steamroll. I'm sorry.
Make it interesting. Say Deception.
Deception, right. Okay, 1-1. We'll take that one at Deception, then 1-1. Jesus, this is going to be hard. All right, Dispatch Extraction. HS or DEC. I know I'm going for there on that one. Because I know they love it. And I know they play it religiously.
It's High Society's game, man.
It really is.
A map with 2 snipes and you have Chalky on your team and reaction, there's no way, man.
You will not put Eddie off of one of the pillar. He will literally stand on a platform and he will own that house. That, between that and Ring 3, you've got no chance. That, for me, is their number one game type, and if they lose that on LAN, that will be the shock of the entire tournament for me. So, any words on that, Adam?
Same thing I said last time.
Okay. That's 2-1 then. Ooh, only one more. Right, I'm going to go for a random... You know what, we're going to have another flag here. We're going to go for Simplex flag. HS or Deception, guys, in chat. Come on, put your names in. Give me some teams.
Adam, go first this time.
I don't know. I reckon... I just reckon High is going to...
Oh, it's going to be High Society because I've got all the good players now, man.
Because I'm really good. No, I remember when I watched the stream when they were playing at the Cough. Yeah, they were playing at Cough and they were playing against that White Tiger and that. And they were just... That was their map, man. They destroyed Uprising on a game type. But I know, I'm just going by what I saw. So, yeah.
Deception.
Really?
They play that map the same they play it as Onyx, and if they get into your basement and around like the back of your flag, that's pretty much a cap if you can't kill that guy or you can't kill one of them on the towers and push around to it, because they utilize map control so well, and I think I think that's going to be Deception. I think it will go to 15 minutes. I think it might be a kind of a standoff at some points, but yeah, the way they play that is kind of really annoying to play against. So,
Harry, Adam, Deception or HS?
Do I even need to speak anymore?
High Society, it's really good.
High Society.
Morning, High Society, it's really good.
I think I've got to be honest and say that I think HS will take that.
Well, then that's the series, man. 3-1 HS.
3-1 HS then. Moving
Sorry,
on.
Deception.
Sorry, guys. That has been an interesting one, though. To be fair, you've got to be honest.
I tried to fight your corner, man. But I just couldn't do it, man. These two guys.
Okay, this will be fun of them. So now this is going to be. I hope this match actually pops up because this is going to be a bit of a grudge match. Is this, to be honest? Outbreak versus Sheeps with machine guns. This is going to be a really real grudge match against Bot and Smithy. There is going to be a lot of the C word thrown around and a lot of French language that we don't understand whatsoever. Yeah. Okay. As Outbreak, SWM, give me a score.
Probably, I reckon it's a lot closer. If you ask this in the chat, it's going to be more difficult because these are two teams that I don't feel like they play each other enough. Because usually when I watch Smithy stream, you never really seem to put them in. It's either Deception or playing or HS. But I don't know. I'm thinking French could could easily take game one, if not the whole series. Depending, and bear in mind this is depending on Jimbo and Sniper on, because these are two players, right? They are good, they're talented, but at the same time, they're coming from their placements and whatever from last event and how they played. Jimbo obviously played quite well, getting in the free-for-all final and whatnot, but I reckon it's going to be quite difficult. But I reckon this is going to be. I reckon Sheeps Machine Guns could take this, and I reckon it wouldn't be a massive surprise if they did.
Really? Harry, thoughts?
What's the game type again?
Do you want some game types? Or we just do scores?
We're just doing series because this could be quite close.
All right, I'll throw you a game type then. We'll get the. I've lost all my game types now because I knocked them off before. All right then, we will do the worst game type in the entire world that has ever been created within the entire Halo series.
Dispatch Extraction.
Element CTF. Element CTF, guys. Who's going to win this one between Outbreak and the Frenchies? So give me an O or give me an S in chat.
For me, it's got to be Sheeps with machine guns because Smithy's BR is the worst thing I've ever seen, and that's pretty much the only weapon on that map. So, yeah, probably the French. Again, it's so hard for me to predict these because I haven't played the French enough, and it kind of annoys me. Well, it doesn't annoy me, but I kind of see it pointless making predictions, like especially on the forums when I haven't played every team that I'm predicting. So it's kind of hard predicting teams on paper. So again, I'm kind of useless here, but I don't really know who will win that, to be honest. Even in the series again. So I don't know. maybe Outbreak. I don't know.
I'll go ahead and say that, I'm quite used to getting quite destroyed quite a lot online, but we played against Sheeps with machine guns in that cup, and an element, it was probably the fastest 5-0 I've ever witnessed, and it wasn't just down to us, being connection. They just slayed, ran a flag, and as the flag was captured, for the next one. And I think they could be actually. We are not like totally clued up in the sense that we know how they play, but at the same time, I reckon they could be one of the more practice teams going into the tournament that we're not totally aware of. I mean, they must be good if they're bloody well, winning online cups and whatnot. But I reckon.
So some would argue the word there is in the title, online cup. I think unfortunately at the moment they've kind of picked up. Maybe that's why people have laid off Deception a little bit. They've kind of picked up Deception's title of Online Kings. That's why I'm so keen. That's why I was so keen to see Anima and that lot. I really want to see them over here and see them online. But sorry, Adam, I brought you off. I do apologise. I keep doing that to you.
That's all right. But no, I reckon on that map, Sheeps with machine gun, which is the worst name of all time, might I add. I think do you not have a better name?
The logo's amazing.
What's the logo like? Oh, I don't even want
it is just what it is. It is a sheep with two machine guns and a pair of glasses on. It's quality.
Somebody get that in the chat. Get that in the chat right now.
What team called Sheep with machine guns would have a logo?
All right, I'm going to give game 1 to Sheeps then. Game 2 then, we will do Haven TS. Outbreak or SWM guys in chat. Give us some predictions.
I'm just going to say quickly Outbreak because they played us at the event and they know exactly when to push and how to position everyone and they know when to take a team apart on that map. But yeah, I'll go Outbreak.
Riots. Riots.
I heard something there. But yeah, I reckon Outbreak.
Don't know really.
Gameplay. We are doing, for the guys in chat, we're doing Haven Slayer. Outbreak versus SWM.
Haven Slayer is one of those games where it's if you can get like a real early lead, if you can control both the overshield and the snipe, because those are the only things really that you can control on that game. And a lot of it depends on how the overshield is used, because with my team, again, we're only just ITFC, yeah, whatever. But like, we've had games where we've had a 50-48 with High Society, and then we've played against a team like Deception, and it's been like 50-28. So we didn't really play it any differently. So again, that game type for me is kind of a random one, to be honest. I mean, it's not random, but it's it's kind of how you control the power weapons that are on the map. So I don't really know. I didn't really see us doing anything differently in that game type, and two drastic outcomes. So
are we gonna give it a 1-1 then? Is it gonna take it to 1-1?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
All right then. So 1-1. Outbreak SWM. Moving on. Game 3. We're gonna do Station 9 Extraction. Now, for me, I already have a winner of this. For me, that's Outbreak's game. Don't ask me why, but that's Outbreak's game. Adam, thoughts? Station 9 Extraction.
I like to think that Extraction was one of our better game types last event, and we used to beat the High Society online. In fact, we even beat the High Society with Fragbit Reflex. But the team that beat us on that game type was Outbreak, and I reckon Outbreak could take that. But it'll be a close game. It really depends because we never played Sheeps with machine guns at Extraction. But yeah, I reckon closer to the event we'll see what they're more capable of. But I'd put that to Outbreak to win that game.
That's 2 as it is. Harry, thoughts?
It's so hard for me to comment against Sheeps with machine guns because we haven't played them. But what I will say is that we scrimmed against Outbreak, and I'm pretty sure we won Extraction. Is it Station 9 we're doing this? Yeah?
Extraction at Station 9.
Station 9, and we beat them 5-2, and I'm pretty sure they had a lot of rockets. I think they again, I can't really speak on behalf of them, but I think their problems is that they kind of overcommit to one Extraction when it's done. Like, if we have an Extraction and they will still push for it even if there's like 5 seconds left and we're like 2 dead. Because there's still one player that can make a play on that Extraction. So I mean, for them, I would say that would be a weakness. But I mean, again, I don't know. I haven't played shoots from machine guns, so it'd be unfair.
Okay then. All right. Well, we'll push that to 2-1 then onto Outbreak. Going into game number 4. I've lost all my things again. I do apologise. Game number 4 then. We're going to go to a flag. We're going to go to our wonderful, wonderful Simplex flag then, guys. Guys in chat, the last game that could be Outbreak versus Sheeps and Machine Guns. Simplex flag. Give me an O or give me an S. Which team you think will win that? Harry, we'll start with you this time. Again, just I know you no opinions, things like that, but just
Well,
think.
I can tell you right now that this is Jimbo's favourite game type because of what happened at the bottom of a certain tower that we won't discuss. But it depends how many overshields Outbreak managed to get. And I've completely forgot, I'm coaching Outbreak, so they're obviously going to get every single OS. So yeah, I'd say this is Outbreak's game, to be honest, based on overshields. But Snipe Drone's got a really solid shot, and the thing I've noticed about Simplex is not so much about how much teamwork comes into it. It's winning your individual battles like P1 and like at Gold as well. Considering a lot of teams like to push, maybe a couple over at P, but a lot of teams tend to forget about the Gold Tower on flag. So 1v1s at Gold Tower can be really really crucial to turn in the game. But yeah, we appear to have lost a wild AZ. He's closing his window, so I'll just keep talking until he comes back. And now he's back. Okay, go ahead. AZ, please.
What do you think, Adam? Outbreak, SWM?
What was the game type, sorry? I was trying not to get eaten alive by moth.
Simplex flag.
Machine gun. Top middle control. Harry's going to choke an OS, because if Diesel can choke it, Harry can choke it.
Woo! Harry getting smacked.
Listen, man, right? The thing you don't realise about me as a coach is that I'm probably better than Diesel. So just chill, yeah. Look, right, I'll show you, man. Hold on, where is it? There it is. Just give me a sec. I've got my secret weapon here, man. Let me just open this bad boy up. Can you see that? It's the Halo 4 time on my iPhone.
Ah, you big gear.
I downloaded especially for Outbreak, so they have the best coach in the world, okay? So they're not missing a single rocket launcher on station.
You know what? Just for that, I'm going to give SWM the win of 2-2. Just because you pulled that one. Right, SW, okay, final game type then. For the win, game 5, taking it close as close. Smithy and Bottinus going at it one-on-one, smashing each other in French and English with no idea what's going on. Final game. We'll go for another Slayer. We will go for Dispatch Slayer, the sniper match. Guys in the chat, give me a name. Adam, we'll start with you. Who do you think? Apparently, Calpol thinks Outbeak will win. Whoever Outbeak are.
Outbeak! Let's go, Outbeak!
What was the game type, sorry?
Slayer on Dispatch.
I'm thinking flashbacks for Snipe Drone against Devastation last event, where Snipe Drone had a full sniper rifle and he only killed, he bodied 2 people and didn't kill Jake. And he didn't call it a single time. And any of the last 9 kills, we were all counting it up, we were sitting next to him. Didn't even open his mouth once. And I'm reckoning shoot with machine guns, especially if they win the game before, that the momentum will carry into the next game. And I reckon Sheeps and machine guns will win.
This is such a tough game, man, because you're playing with a two snipe map, and you've got, on one side you have Cinder, and on the other you have Snipe Drone, and they're just going to be like fighting back and forth, like between the pillars, trying to snipe each other. And I think, because they're both so good at hitting snipes, I think that game again will come down to overshield. I think it'll be the difference between winning the game and losing the game. How many overshields get?
Really?
Because sometimes that doesn't come into a factor if a team can melt overshield, but when the game is so close and you have 2 such good snipers, I think it will come down to that overshield, to be honest. And I think I've noticed Adamak as well likes a lot of Ring 3 on that map. So the two key matchups I would see would be, well, three actually. The key points of that map would be who will win the sniper war between Snipe Drone and Cinder or Renox. Depends who gets the snipe on that team. Can they keep Adamak off Ring 3, and who can get the most overshields? I'd say that those would be key points to look out for in that game.
All right then. For me, unfortunately, I'm a big fan of these French boys, but for me, that is an Outbreak win. Harry, Outbreak, or SWM.
I would love to say the Frenchies would take this, shoot some machine guns, but I got to back my boy Jimbo up, man. He's going to get a lot of overshots, I think.
You're going to put him in the losers?
No, listen, right. Jimbo knows how to play with that overshield, man. He was sat next to me at this ITF LAN, right? And I was just, whispering in his ear, like, what to do with the overshield. Like, yeah, Jim, come with me. Come on, you can do it. Just giving him a bit of encouragement. So now he knows what to do with the overshield. He'll play aggressive with it. And that's what you need to do on this patch. So, yeah.
You just know, Adam, that when Outbreak win this, Harry's just going to be claiming all responsibility. If they become in the money bracket, we're all me. Just 10% lads, yeah. In a bit.
That's a good idea, man. I haven't thought of that before. I'd better get some money if we play top 3, boys. I'm just saying. I'm more important than Jimbo is.
I think that's 2 anyway, but Adam, what were you going to say? You were going to say SWM, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that at the start. But, yeah, no, I just reckon whoever wins Game 4 is going to win the series. And I reckon if Sheep's Machine Guns win Game 4, they're going to win Game 5. But, it's one man with one opinion. So, but I think the French will win, but you guys have obviously ganged up on me. It's alright, it's cool. I get it.
Okay. Hamza, please put Outbreak on 3-2. They will go to place HS in the winners bracket finals. So then we're moving on. Final game then, winners bracket finals. We have HS versus Outbreak. I really want to know straight away, community. There's 52 of you in chat right now. HS or OUT? Give me your names, guys. We're just going to go straight for a best of 5 at the moment. But we've got Outbreak versus HS. Give me a name. Give me a name. HS or OUT? Come on.
Hi, Society.
Everyone's just blowing eyesight out of the water here. They think they're going to smack them.
I don't think it will be even close, to be honest. I would say maybe Outbreak take game 1, maybe, but it's High Society is so good, man. It's so tough. It's so tough.
Are you in this? Even Adam's putting his own. He's typing his own feelings in chat.
What I want to know is how come everyone's totally dissing Outbreak, but they were giving Deception a chance against HS? That's something I want to know.
It's a good call.
Well, I mean, in my opinion, I can't really talk for everyone here, but for me, it's because we pretty much beat Outbreak in a series 4-3, whereas when we played Deception, we lost 8-2, and it wasn't the games that we lost against Deception weren't really close. So we've had a tougher time playing against Deception. I mean, I know it's online, but at the same time, Outbreak have Snipe Drone. It's like I would probably take a Snipe Drone online against a team of Deception online, to be honest, if I had a choice. That's just me anyway. So I don't know.
What are we saying then? Are we saying it's a HS 3-2? Do you think that's fair? 3-2? They give him a chance at least?
3-2, really? 3-1.
3-0.
3-1's fair.
3-1. Oof.
Outbreak take game 1, but then get
3-0.
Lose 3 straight.
All right then. Please, Hamza, if you would mind, put HS through on a 3-1 beat to Outbreak. So we are going to we need to fly through these guys because we are over an hour and going to our second hour and a half here. So we need to fly through losers bracket. So Hamza, once you bring losers bracket up on screen, we will start moving on. And here we are. Welcome to your losers bracket, round 1. Okay, Velociraptors versus Revolt. The winner of this will go through to play D12. For me, that is a straight up Revolt win. I don't know about any of you. We're not going to go for scores here. We're going to go for wins and losses at the moment with this round.
Unfortunately for Mystical and Manatee's team, that would be a win for Revolt. But interesting that you say they'll go on to play DT12. Is that another top 12 for Spen's team after beating Human's team in the losers bracket? Man, that's happened like 3 events straight now, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. I think it's top 12.
Just a quick note to Gaz. We actually mocked this up, and for some reason we didn't put them in it, and we don't know why. And I can only apologise to them because they really should be in it. That's my bad completely.
Yeah,
I just missed them. That is completely my bad. We had like an hour to do this with, so I'm really sorry to Timo Supremo. You should be in that.
We were limited to top 16.
It is an apology. I did balls up, and I take full responsibility for them, and yeah, sorry. Anyway, so Hamza, if you don't mind, please put Revolt through on a win to face DT12. Velociraptors go out. First team to leave the bracket. So, moving on then. Dexterity and HP. You know, I don't really know most of these guys on and how they play, so Adam, I'm going to let you open this one up. Dexterity and HP.
Open this pit up. Alright, I'm going to have to go for Scottish boys, HP. Like I said, they play us, well, in this mock bracket, they play us, right? And I reckon, just smart lads still take a lot from the game against us, if that was the case. Any team that plays is going to be a higher seed, so they're going to have to learn from it. And I reckon these guys, with their momentum and their energy and their natural aggression, I reckon I can see these guys taking that game. So that's series.
Okay then. Harry, are you in favour of that?
Is this against Dexterity?
Dexterity and HP, the Scottish boys versus...
I would say Dexterity might take that for a cheeky top 12. Maybe. I think this is for top 12 anyway, isn't it?
This is...
Yeah, it is, because we did the 16-team bracket. So.
We're hearing that HP out attending, apparently. But...
HP dodge. Well, in which case, HP to take that series, why not? Just to make it interesting. Obviously Dexterity. I think if those were to match up online, I think it would be a close game. I don't think it would be that entertaining to watch, to be honest, but I think it would maybe be Dexterity's game. Again, I think it'll be a best of 3 in losers bracket round 1. So
I'm gonna say, because it's my deciding vote, unfortunately again, but I'm gonna go HP. Sorry, I'm gonna go with the Scottish because simply on the fact that I know them and I don't know Dexterity, so I cannot comment, and that's the only reason. So, please, Hamza, put H3 through in match 17. They will go on to fit the Scottish boys. Will go on to face the might of Johnny Five's mouth and the rest of his team. Okay, match 18 then. Existence and Get Off the Clown. Harry, I'm going to let you open this one up.
It should be Get Off the Clown's game, to be honest. They've played way too much for this game to lose and come top 16. I think it would be a shame if they did play top 16, but I see them winning this, to be honest. Just too much. They've played too much as a team to come that far and lose both their games in tournament play. So it's a shame, but it's got to be Get Off the Clown.
Okay, then we will. Adam, are you happy with that one? Or...
I'm happy for it, but I'll quickly say that if you remember Moses' team at EGL 7, it was Locust. Who was it? Who was his team again? Atlantic, I think it was. Is it? They had Spenno back me up on this. They literally put in so many hours, and they got the Imperial treatment. They got a decent seed, and they got top 16. So I don't think it's curtains for existence, but the way it's going at the moment, Get Off the Clown, I would put them through.
Hamza, do the deed. GOTC, put them through to face Mutiny. Okay, last game then. NNB versus Reformed. Oh, God. Guys in chat. NNB, which is going to be Pinchy Penguin and Ben Himmelvik. It just says looking for one on there. Don't know if they've picked up a fourth yet. Versus the good old Reformed, Godly, Lindes, Carneys, and Mousing out. After playing with both of them, myself, for both sets of players, I possibly would say Reformed should win that.
You know what's going to be amazing as well? Another Godly versus Pinchy grudge match. That is going to be probably the series of the event.
I can't wait to see Nick start. I've been playing this game for 10 years!
You fucking old!
Oh, crap. Do you know... you've got to love Nick. What an absolute legend. You have hey, do you know who I am, Nick? Do you know who I am, Nick? I'm gonna kill you, Nick. It's gonna be great. It is gonna be absolutely fantastic. I'd love them. I'd love Nick and Pinchy to go at it. He's there now. Hello, Nick. I'd actually love Nick and Pinchy to go at it. Been playing this game for 10 years, Pinchy. I don't care. I'm gonna kill you. It's gonna be good. It'll be a real good grudge match, to be honest with you. I'm saying Reformed go through, but Adam, what do you think?
It's going to be quite painful, I reckon, because again, we'll have people to stand this very quickly. I'll say this: Pinchy is, if not one of the better members of the community, and I'm not talking about individual or skill or placement. I'm talking about like as a person. He has hands down made the most makeshift of any person in this entire community. I'm being serious. And he's done a lot to get to where he is. Like, I mean, in terms of attending events, picking people up from the pub like the week before, like he's went for a lot to get to where he is. And it's as much as it hurts. I reckon as much as Pinchy's played, Halo in general, like even getting his inheritor in Halo Reach, but I don't know how he done it. But I think Carnese's lot will take the game, and that's disappointing. But I reckon that's how it's going to be.
All right then. As we are running on time now, Hamza, please put Reformed through over NMB. Sorry, Pinchy, I do apologise, John. But like you say, yeah, credit to John. He's a damn good guy, and it would be a damn good game to see, to be honest with you, especially if it were a close one. Okay, so let's update that, and we will get you your next losers bracket. So we go on first game then. D12 versus Revolt. For me, I'm going to be honest, that should be a DT12 win, in my opinion. Adam?
Well, I don't think Spence ever lost to Human in tournament play. I don't think. So, I'd say DT12. DT12, get in top 12. Or is that for top 8? I don't even know anymore, man.
I think
so lost.
Adam, you happy with the DT12 win?
I reckon Maka breaking his curse. Yeah, I reckon he can get into that top 8. Yeah, I don't think Human. As much as I love Human and his lot, I don't think there's anyone near enough practice, potential, experience behind him to take. Even on a bad day, I reckon Spence team will go through. Sorry.
I do think that would be a good game though. Again, there's a lot of good series to watch at this event because there are a lot of teams that know what they're doing, and even the teams that don't know what they're doing, they've played a lot. So it's it's interesting. It is very interesting.
Okay, I think we're all in agreement anyway. So first game of the losers bracket, round 2. Hamza, please put DT12 through on a win. Revolt go out.
First top 8. Congratulations.
First top 8. Well done, Spen. Top 8. Okay, next game then. I think, again, this is going to be another definite win on my part. Johnny 5 and the boys. ITFC versus HP. For me, that is, without a doubt, an ITFC win. Adam, thoughts?
Couldn't agree more. As much as HP have played their fair amounts, and even if they're not attending, whoever's going to be in that place, I reckon ITF are going to have a lot more practice. They should, but I reckon they'll easily pull through. I don't think there's much of a contest here. It's probably one of the weaker top 8 or whatever part of the bracket. But yeah, I'd say it's ITF quick for you.
What day are you going down there, Harry, to play with them?
I'm going on Monday to Xavier's house to play on his
Okay, so everybody at the moment, just be aware when you're playing ITFC online, as is from Monday, you were playing on a 400 meg quad host, so just be aware.
So yeah, you'll be playing with my shots actually register, so
scumbag Harry.
He will actually you'll be able to kill him because he won't be using the robot strafe.
Okay. You won't even be able to see my robot strafe because I'll be forwarding people across the map. Okay, all right. Yeah, so you can all just just forget about that now, man. So yeah.
Okay, Hamza, please put ITFC through on a win against HP to make it into round 3 of losers. Moving on then, Mutiny and get off the clown. In theory, that should be a Mutiny win, but anything can happen with Mutiny. There can be upsets, but for me, that should definitely be a Mutiny win. Harry.
What's the game again? What's the series?
Loser bracket round 2, best of 5, Mutiny get off the clown.
See, again, I don't know about that because Get Off the Clown have played a lot, but so have Mutiny, and I haven't managed to play Get Off the Clown yet because they're too busy playing matchmaking to actually play us. So I say that would be a 3-2, but I can't call it either way. I'd say Mutiny based on experience, but Get Off the Clown have played a lot, as we've said before. So I don't know, man. Maybe it'll be a 3-2. I can't call it though. Maybe
Adam,
Get Off the
Mutiny or GOTC?
I reckon we could see, going to go on a limb here, see our first potential upset of the entire tournament. I reckon this team, on the day, of the right practice, Get Off My Clown, I can see these guys perhaps surprising Mutiny, depending on obviously how Mutiny gel with their latest, well, the guy that they're running games with, who they might end up picking up as PJ. I reckon we could see our first upset. So I was going to put these guys ahead of Mutiny. Sorry, but, every dog has its day.
So like we're seeing, is that a Get Off the Clown top 8 I'm seeing? Surely not. Surely
I want
not.
to take this back to the chat, guys. Can I get an M for Mutiny or G for Get Off the Clown, please, to win for top 8?
And bear in mind, this is for PJ's
Yeah,
second.
this is for PJ.
This is for PJ's second top 12.
Oh,
G.
God.
There's a lot of G's.
There's a lot of G's there.
Oh, that's tough, man. I'd say there's G's, man. There's some G's. It's tough, man. It's like 50-50.
Anything could happen.
I would say G's. Just edge that chat poll just then.
Ooh, that's too...
Yeah. Just Get Off the Clown, man. Just get off the clown.
It is. There's more G's.
Get Off the
We're
Clown,
going to do
top
it.
8.
First upset. Get Off the Clown. Make it through top 8.
Mutiny
Even
top
now.
12.
Okay,
Unbelievable.
then. So can you please put Get Off the Clown through? Mutiny go out. Get Off the Clown causing a first upset there.
Unbelievable.
Top 8.
Get Off the Clown for top 4, man. I don't even care. They don't like this rave.
Okay.
You won't, mate.
You won't. I'll smash your head and I will.
I swear to God, I'll come to your house in the empty of doors.
Here we go then, last game of Losers Bracket, round 2. We have A4D versus Reformed. A4D should cakewalk it. Again, we don't know. There's certain things that are going on with A4D at the moment, which we can't talk about, we won't talk about. Reformed, though... It's really hard, is this one, actually. It should be a 3-0. And I think if things go ahead as the 4 as you are now, it will be a 3-0. Depending on who you're going to get with... Everyone knows on the forums, Adam, we might as well talk about it anyway, but not go into detail on it. But depending on what happens with your new 4th, if that does happen, I think these guys could possibly not give you a run for your money, but take at least a game off you. And do what I said before with ITFC when they were playing their first round. I think it might be a 3-0, but they'd at least make you work for your money. Thoughts on that, Adam?
I agree. I mean, obviously, like it's been mentioned before, we're probably not the most practiced team walking into the event, but at the same time, I know if this is a team that like Outbreak last event, they were a bit shaky at first, especially with having Riots in their team. They weren't too sure of them, but as they started getting to the tournament, they got really, really good, and they were deadly. Like when they were playing against decent teams. And thanks, Harry, but I reckon if we're not careful, these guys can take a game off us. Maybe like a game or two. It just depends on how well they're playing and how well they gel on the day.
Well, the creeps that comment in chat has certainly caused an awful lot of fun.
Man, you're trolling your own stream chat, man. That is just not allowed. Like,
sorry. I wouldn't make the same mistake the fifth time one.
For me, man, I've got to show a bit of love after putting Deception ahead of you guys. So it'd be an A4D 3-0. Just
though, Nick, Godley's in chat. A lot of love for you, Godley, and a lot of people think you will do well. And if you keep going as I think you will do well. So unfortunately, you've got to go out of this round. But
I would say for them, top 12 would be a fantastic placement.
It would be, especially with Gav only just coming back and doing
Absolutely.
what he's doing. Definitely, and also Nick's been on holiday. He's been away in Ibiza, I think it is.
Actually, having a life, man. That's not fair.
Going YOLO swagging, YOLO swag.
Right, you know what's sad is that Godley can go to Ibiza for a holiday, and I have to go to Camden for a social round for my holiday. That's pretty poor, man. That is pretty poor.
That's what happens when you're poor. Sorry. A4D, put them through, and we will move on to losers bracket round 3. Let's get go. Let's go. Let's go. So we are now moving on to.
So this is for top 6.
This is the grudge match of the tournament. We have DT12 versus ITFC. I know for a fact that John Spurn is going to want to throw everything he's got at Mr. Johnny and try and make him break. He is literally just going to... John Spurn is going to smash Johnny with as much trash talk as he can get to try and break him, as far as I'm concerned.
This matchup is insane. Like, this is going to be so noisy, man. There are so many... Oh, man, this is insane. This is insane. Like, crazy. For top 6, I don't know.
I'm going to go ahead and say that...
Yep, start off, Adam.
This is going to be... Spen's always said that he doesn't want to give any kids any easy ride into a good placement. And I know for a fact that if he lets 25, like, get a good placement through him, he's not going to like it. He didn't like me getting top 4 for him. He didn't like Flameshy getting top 4 for him. He's not going to stand for another slip. Okay? And I reckon you'll see... I mean, you're forgetting, right? Let's not just forget, this is not just Spen's team. There's Maka, who's decent enough when he actually plays the game. And there's Yak. Now, Calpo as well, give him a bit of love. But at the same time, like, Yak, like, these players are experienced. You could even call them, to some extent, a bit of a veterans because they've been around long enough. They've played enough Halo. And obviously with the practice going into ITF, it's going to be a one hell of a matchup. Probably even one of the better games of the tournament if it comes down to it. But there's only one slight concern, and I said this already. ITF go down even one game, right? There's comebacks to be made. But if it goes down a game, Spen's not going to stop, and you're going to feel the brunt of it. And you've got Harry's grudge match with Spen. You're going to have Johnny Five's grudge match with Spen. You're going to have everyone against Spen, and like it's just, but Spen can take it. He knows what to say.
Spen versus I49.
But it's going to be a bloodbath. That's what I'm going to say. In fact, I can't even... I'll wait till Harry's done, so I'll make my prediction.
I'm going to say just leave it to you two, to be honest, because it would be unfair for me to call this game. I do know that it'll be such a good series, though. I will enjoy it a lot.
All right, well, me and Adam will decide this one then. But guys in chat, can I please get some... Can I either get a hashtag DT12 or hashtag ITFC? Come on, write in chat. Give me some winners of this one. Because this is going to be quite hard for two of us to do it. Hashtag DT12 or hashtag ITFC. Guys in chat, come on. Oh, here we go.
Who put hashtag dexterity?
That's fucking pyro all over in it. The fucking, he's a troll. Oh. Oof.
I'd say it's leaning more towards ITF.
IT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7. You know, when it gets to the top, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to wait until it gets to the top, and I'm actually going to take this one. Guys, I'm going to count this from community vote, so get voting, please. I'll stop it when that one reaches the top, which it does now. So I'm going to stop it there, and I'm going to count. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 votes to ITF. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 votes to DT12. And then Professor just drops 2 more ITFs at the bottom. But I did say I'd pause it there. So that is a DT12. Just off community vote there, I'm going to put... Adam, what do you think before we do this? I stopped it when I said I'd stop it, and it was 7 to ITF, 8 to DT12.
I'm going to say, right, Harry, I hope you're listening, right? Johnny 5, I know you're listening, right? If you guys can't beat this makeshift team, right, with the amount of hours you've put in together, right, and don't forget that you're sitting next to each other, right, even just 2 of you from Monday till Friday, if you can't beat Spen, hang up the pad, okay?
Dude,
you guys are good enough.
If I lose to Macaron, man, I'm hanging up the pad. I don't even care.
If you guys
Quote
can't,
me.
you guys, if you guys can't, then I'm sorry, right? But you guys have the potential. Keep your heads up. You know, if you don't bottle it and don't choke dog's bollocks, then I reckon ITF will take it. But if anything goes wrong, nah, that's it. Yak's going to be booty shaking it all the way to top 4.
Sorry, Xavi. Adam, I'm going to leave this one. You know what? Who do you think will win this out of them two of them? DT or IT? And just as a side note as well, I'm just reading in Skype chat. It looks like Mutiny may have broken up. Unfortunately, Trick is talking about finding a new team. Anyway, back on
Coincidence.
back
Sorry,
on subject.
I'd say ITF should win. They should win.
Oh God, Harry, honestly, do you think you can beat them?
Based on our playtime and how well we've been doing against other teams, yes. But it's the same situation with Sheets with machine guns where I haven't played them. I know all the players on that team. I know that Yak's a beast, and I know that Spen is, can hit some dirty shots when he's on his game, and even when he's off his game, he can still do some ridiculous stuff. It's a tough one, but in my hearts of hearts, I'd say, I'd say we could, but it all comes down to how we play on the day. Simple as that. If you're asking me to compare our players, I mean, I'd say that Sith is a better sniper than Spen. I'd say that now. I would say that Xavi is insane, but again, anything can happen on that, man. Anything can happen. I'd love to play him. As soon as Jack comes.
So hard to call.
The only thing I'm going to say is that bear in mind, Harry, as much as you love your team, this is going to be Sif and Javier's first event. And everybody knows what happens your first event and your first series. It's not easy.
That's true.
Yeah. I have faith. So I'm going to say ITF should go through. With the practice and the way they played and how the results have came across, they should. But it's a different game on land. But, benefit of the doubt, ITF, in my opinion, go through.
Right. Off of Adam's vote then, and the simple fact of the time played. ITF through to play Deception. I'm really sorry, guys. DT, guys. I feel bad about that one.
No, man. Look, let's listen. This will be a good series, and this could go either way. But
We will.
Hey, what are you saying?
I'm gonna do it off the back of what I've said and off the back of the simple fact of the time played, which they should from a makeshift versus a team. We'll go off the back of that. I've got to do it. I'm sorry. ITF beat D12 to play Deception. I've got to do something. We can't sit here play all the time.
At least Spen got top 8, man. That's good for him. It's improvement.
I feel bad because I actually like I actually really want to see them do well as a makeshift. I really want to see them smash kids, and I've got a lot of respect for Mac because he just speaks his mind quite. Even though
you have to remember as well that it's likely that this matchup may not happen now that Mutiny is split up, and the community votes may change. So we could see them in the top 6, but it depends on matchups, man. It really depends.
It's all in fun, guys. It's all in fun. All in Jovel. Right. Okay.
I was about to say Cowpot. See you at P1. Then I remembered that was Jimboy.
What is that? Hang on a minute. Is that top? Is that ITF? Is that Johnny doing top 4?
No, that's top 6.
That's top 6. Oh, Johnny's in top 6.
Hey, I'm carrying him all the way, man. Don't carry him. Hey.
All right then. So moving on then. Who are we on now then? We are on. Did we say get off the clown near 4D, isn't it? Ooh. Now, if get off the clown, come in then. Okay, match 25 then. Losers bracket round 3. If get off the clown come off the back of a win against Mutiny, are they going to be pumped up to beat A4D, who we said they wouldn't, not struggle, but A4D had reformed to give them good games. If Get Off the Clown beat Mutiny, will they beat A4D?
No. Too much experience on A4D, man. Compare Mutiny, who have now probably split up. Compare Mutiny to A4D, man. That's a completely different beast. I mean, we're talking from Truck 77 to Jules and Gasket and everyone.
Tell you what, then everyone's going mad in the chat, so we will say no more. There's a lot of hashtag free Maccas as well, which is quite. I like that. Good old Gaz, the trolley, you. Okay, then. So A4D, please put them through to beat SWM in the losers bracket. Right, let me upload this one. Okay, then. So we are at your round 4 losers bracket, guys. Straight out to the community then. Please, can I have either a R or RE or an IT? We have Rain Deception versus ITFC. Guys in the chat, please give me an RE or IT, depending on who you will think will win. Adam. Again, Harry, I'm not going to give you any say in this one at the moment. Adam, who do you think will win? Everyone going mad for Rain at the moment.
Now, everyone's going to say Rain, right? Depending on obviously, like, because everyone's remembering how they play online, like how they smash a lot of teams, which obviously they do, right? But we have to remember, this Rain team could fall apart. It could all go to pot. And, if this team collapses as a 4, imagine, the way I see it, right? Imagine Deception loses to High Society. Like, they get about an hour and a half to kill. They're like talking to each other, what went wrong? Like, they're complaining about the plays. And then you've got ITF, who just came flying out of his game. Shut up, Gemma. Just came flying out of his game, beating Spend, right? They're on the highest placements ever. They are pumped to play, and they're playing Deception. Like, I called it, I know this might not happen, but I called it when the series to watch. If you go down a cap to ITF, and you're Deception, and Johnny Five's there, it's going to be make or break for Deception. Like, that will be the difference.
Me and Johnny have a promise, and we have a pact that he is not going to get loud until either A, after the series, or B, until we have top 8 or top 6. And if we get to this point, that's just all I'm going to say. I'm not going to try and influence decisions or anything, but if we get to this point where we're at top 6, and we have top 6 in the back, and we're playing against Rain Deception, who, we've taken guys off the line, but they're such a good team, we have nothing to lose at that point, and Deception would have come off a long wait to play us in the losers bracket, and they'll be cold. And we all know about Brandon's mental game at your last event. He didn't have the best mental game. We'll come in pumped. We'll come in hot coming through the losers bracket. Just a tough game against Spen's team, DT12. So that's all I say.
As who's going to win?
I want to say Deception.
I'm same.
Based on Harry's previous comment, I reckon Deception should win again. Like, ITF should win against Spen's team because there's time to put into the game. Deception, going off that fact, should beat ITF based on the time they put into the game. So,
all right.
Deception.
Well done for ITF for making top 6.
I'd say that's fair, to be honest. I'd be happy if we took a game off Deception online.
You almost took the words out of my mouth though, Harry, when you kind of said that. Is that if you guys get top 6, that the fact that Johnny wants to break that top 8.
Yeah.
And if you guys get there, especially with the team that you've got, I won't say it's a makeshift, but it's certainly not the oldest of teams that have been practicing together.
Yeah.
But if you make top 6, you're going to go into there with absolutely zero to lose. You've come and done something. Especially Johnny, he'll brought top 8, so he's going to be pumped. He won't care. He won't be chatting shit. He'll just want to play for fun, and that could be for him maybe the next stage, maybe the push up to. I don't know. We'll see. But for me, that's definitely if we're in agreement, Adam, and you're happy with that, Slinky, then we're going to push that as a Deception win. ITF to go out at 6th.
That's fair enough. I mean, if we lose top 4 against Deception, one of the most practiced teams, I mean, I don't think any of my team would shake hands at that. So, yeah, I'm happy. Happy with top 6.
Okay, then. Adam, you're not going to comment on this one. Harry, you're going to take this one away. We are now on round 4 of your losers brackets. We are talking A4D versus SWM. We are now getting to the point where teams are going out in the top 8 and everyone wants that final spot. We are in a top 6 now. Make or break. A4D, which we will say, as it stands, is playing with a new 4th. So SWM playing with A4D with a new 4th. That's what we're going to say it is. Harry, Harry, thoughts?
Initial thoughts is that if they still had Valadan, it would be a Game 5 nail biter. Like, AZ is infamous for not giving any teams respect until they come and do it on that. And I see his little smirk and his little webcam. And we've talked about this in the past, and he's given me some great advice in that not giving anyone any respect until they do it on land. And I think that's the mentality all of that team is coming into, not only into this series, but it's coming into this event thinking that they've lost to a lot of teams online and they know they can do it on land. But with the loss of Valadan, man, it's such a big blow, and there's only so far a team of 4 can go without someone making some plays. And someone like Jules, someone like Gaskin, someone like AZ, or whoever their 4th is, someone on that team has to make a serious play and start playing so good to beat Sheets and Machine Guns, because again, it's so tough for me to say, man, because I haven't played against Sheets with Machine Guns, but I think, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know about this one. I think I'm going to go to the chat for this one, to be honest. It's so tough without Valadan, but it's going to have to be a chat decided one.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
I'll never get the chat. Okay, give me an A4D for A4D, or give me a SWM for Sheets with Machine Guns.
Adam, read your Skype.
Read my Skype. Which one?
Have you... one that I just sent you. If we read into... Mark's now in the chat. Let's say... Okay, let's go back a bit here. Mark comes back in the team. A4D are all happy. A4D are going in as A4D always should have been going in. What do you think the match will be, Harry?
I think A4D would take it. I think it would be a Game 5. I think a lot hinges from A4D on how much Valadan, as he says, he's self-termed it a YOLO play. He does so many YOLO plays, man, and that team rests a lot on him. So I would say, if with Valadan, it would be an A4D win in a 5-game series. It would go to Game 5.
Look at that, Mark's just appeared.
Well, Valadan appears. So, yeah. Well, on the other hand, if you lose Valadan, you don't have a guy that goes neg 21 on LAN against High Society in a 15-minute game. So, I mean, it can't be the biggest loss in the world. But no, it affects that team a lot.
All right, can we start again then? Chat.
Yeah.
Message to the chat. Guys in the chat, there's still 49 there. A4D or SWM with Valadan. Give me a team. A4D or SWM with Valadan as A4D should be. I love Macca. I love Macca's comments.
A4D wouldn't win even with Valadan.
I was actually going to say, that even with Mark, I think we would lose.
Ooh, that's not good.
Nah, just personal on the fact that, like, obviously you give every team respect. Like, not giving the other team opposition the respect they deserve is the biggest mistake you can make. And with the way that we've been playing and our attitudes and the way we've been treating Xbox Live, we'll get the same result as last time against Outbreak. It's a similar situation as well, a similar point in the bracket. And the French, they've proven themselves against some of the better teams in Europe online, and I reckon if the way we were playing, I don't think even with Mark, we would beat that team. But I reckon we wouldn't go down lightly. But I reckon they'd take it.
Unfortunately, it doesn't scream very loud volumes when the team captain is saying they'll get beat, which is worrying. Is that you just not underestimating, or is that you genuinely think you'd lose to them?
No, obviously, like I said, you have to give respect to our team, but at the same time, the way we're playing, we don't deserve to beat teams like that. So, yeah.
Harry, who would win?
Are we talking in their current state?
With Valadan.
With Valadan, A4D 3-2. Without Valadan, it'll be maybe a 3-1, maybe a 3-0. Gaskin will get headbutted through a monitor by one of the French guys. If not, I'd probably headbutt him. So, yeah, probably a 3-0.
Right. It's their first LAN and they've done well so far, but unfortunately SWM will not be making it any further in this bracket. A4D will move on to face Rain Deception. I think we said Rain Deception before, didn't we?
Yep.
So we're going to give A4D that win. French guys, Botanus, I think you will pull top 3 when you get there, but unfortunately, in this one, this is where you end and you go out in top 6.
Bon voyage, I think. Does that work? Is that a thing? No?
Ask Botanus a bit to tell you.
Bon voyage, Botanus? Bon voyage? Yeah. Okay.
I agree with Maka there. I'm kind of on the borderlines of that when actually their own team captain's saying it, but I generally think they'll still beat them, and I think that's just Adam being cautious as such and not been, like you say, not underestimating, but I do think they'll beat them. So, here we are then. Rain Deception versus A4D. To go through and play Outbreak to get through to the final after that against HS. So,
these guys have already played each other in the bracket.
And who did we put through?
Deception. I think it was
this
3,
time
is it
to
3-1
lose
or
bracket.
3-2?
And
Yeah.
I'm not losing to Stu, right? Beat him last time. It's a bit crap, right? If I've got Mark in my team, I know for a fact he's going to get laid. Julian's not going to forget what happened. Yeah, I reckon we're real Deception. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, chat. Please, can you give me an answer on this one? An A4D or a DEC? This is... What's this? Is this loser's bracket? Is it semi-final that?
Semi-final.
Loser's bracket, semi-final for
This is for top 3.
Top 4, yeah.
Top 4.
Top 3, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Top 4 guys.
You spastic.
Well, no, it's for top 3. No, if you
to
win.
play for top 3, you mean?
Yeah, playing for top 3.
Oh,
How about you
I'm a
apologise,
spastic.
Right? How about you friggin' apologise?
Oh, listen, Mr. Top 6, anyway. Top 24, mate. Anyway, yeah, I'm seeing an awful lot of DECs there, you know. An awful lot.
I think it comes down to the practice. I think that's all that comes down to be honest. People who have either Adversary, Warlord, Respectful, or Modes on their friends list see them playing as a 4 whenever they check their party details. Pretty much whenever they're all online on Halo. And the thing I like about Deception, about their attitudes is that you will rarely ever see Warlord or Adversary or really any of them playing random 4s because they know they'll get back into like bad habits when they play random 4s. And that's what I really like about their attitudes, really. When they play, they're playing as a team. So I think that's what gets them through that series.
I actually want to hear what Maka has to say on this. Maka, who do you think could win out of this? Because at the moment he's out of Rain body.
We need to get Maka on the next Back to Basics, I think. I think he should cast i49, to be honest.
Whoa.
Maka for caster.
Whoa. Steady on. I want to wait and see what Maka's point of view is on that one. Adam thinks he's going to swiftly give them a good kick in.
I'll put it this way, I just don't, I actually fear Sheeps with machine gun infinitely more than Deception. And that's, I know, I think it's because with the French, they've never played us, we barely played them. So I have that more mystery, that kind of fear of not knowing what's to come. But with Deception, everyone knows who they are. You know how they play, they're notorious for their sprinting and Usain Bolt abilities. And, they're all good players and they deserve a good shot. And obviously they're predicted where they are for a reason. But Julian's not going to give a flying F, right? Who you are or what you're going to be doing. Dan's got a lot. He's going to prove a lot to himself this event. And if Mark is on his team, Mark is good on LAN. Everyone has their moments, but this is a team that would never ever give up or give in to Deception. So, but yeah, I'm probably more afraid of Sheep's machine guns than Deception.
Got to call it, haven't we? We've got to do something here.
I'm going to say Deception just to make it interesting. So Adam says A4D, I say Deception. What are you saying?
I had visions, and I will stick to my visions of these guys pulling top 3. So I'm going to give it to Jack and the lads, and we're going to put Deception through. A4D will end at top 4. Deception will play Outbreak.
That's a good point that Viable Manatee raises in the chat. So it'll be a best of 11, won't it? Because they've already met in the bracket.
On the best of 5, the next one.
Yeah. No. This A4D versus Deception, won't it be best of 11? Because they've already, it would have been 3-2 earlier on in the bracket. It will be a best of 11, won't it?
Oh,
yeah.
It will, yeah.
So yeah,
We'll still put them through. I'm not. I'm not frigging going for a best 11 this time. Bollocks to that. So right, okay. Yeah, A4D will end there at top 4. I hope, for A4D's sake, everything sorts out with Mr. Mark and A4D are all set and do go through, because it would be a travesty if Adam wasn't on that team and he's just been emo. And I'll still be giving a lift. Basically, if he don't play for you, I won't give him a lift. YOLO. Okay, so here we are then. This is the loser brackets final. The winner of this will go through to play High Society for the final game.
Now we can finally speak freely because neither of our teams are still in the tournament at this point. So we can actually give some opinions.
Outbreak versus Deception. Guys in chat, can I get an OUT or a DEC for who you think will win this losers bracket final, please?
This is so tough, man. This is like... Man, this is seriously a grudge match. Do you guys remember back when Outbreak and Deception were the only team scrimming? I think it must have been like in June, maybe July, and all they used to do was play each other. And Mo's just trolled everyone on that team, like, because you know how Smithy gets so emotional when he loses, and when something pisses him off, he will get really irate about it. So this is going to be such a grudge match, man. Such a grudge match. This is going to be probably maybe even the series of the tournament.
Sorry, did you see what Roy put in the chat?
Yeah, that is true. I mean, Mose won't have his DDoS material with him, so, you know, you never know.
It's going to be a hard one.
I don't think it'll be. Again, I don't think it'll be difficult. You're looking at Adamak. Like, Adamak's probably the best individual overall player outside the top 2 teams. He's such a good player. There's a reason why High Society wanted him on their team for EGL. He's an outstanding player, and Smithy can back him up in the die too much. Then he can either support him, and you've got the two if not rising like stars being sniped on Jabossi. They're like the 2 young talents that are on decent team, and they've got a lot to prove. And I reckon Deception are going to get a bit nervous, a bit shaky, like knowing that if you win, you'll be in the grand final. Like those kind of nerves, like a lot of players haven't even existed.
This makes or breaks a team, doesn't it?
Oh, of course it does. Yeah. I remember when Ben might want to love hearing this, but when we were playing Strive for top 4, right, we beat Enigma, and Enigma wasn't that bad. It was more of an adrenaline thing. But playing against Strive, right, although we were winning, there was still that element of sheer fear and nervousness. Like, we can't lose. We're so close to top 4. And for whatever reason, right, beating Enigma and that kind of, those kind of like nerves, like, they don't exist until you're right there. And I reckon it'll be too much for Deception to handle because they're too young, too inexperienced, and they're good players, but I don't think they're ready for a final yet.
Listen, man, right. That playtime of Warlord, he is knocking on about 40 days now. That is over a month that you've sat in your bedroom on your Xbox playing inside the game. He's sat there twiddling his thumbs, and there is no way he's come to an event to lose against top 12 Snipe Drone, P1 Jimbossi, the worst behind the world Smithy, and Adamak, some guy from Scotland. There's no way, man. There's no way. Even though I'm coaching Outbreak, this could be a game 11.
It's right, mate. You lost last time. It's all good.
Right. Oh God, that is so hard to call. That is so hard to call, that one.
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Is it best of 5? They haven't played each other already, have they? So would it be best of 5 in the loose bracket finals?
It's going to be a best of 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the finals will be a best of 11.
At the event, I hope they match up in the winners bracket and then play each other in the losers bracket finals. Because I would love to see a game 11 from those 2 teams. I think that would be amazing.
Adam, give me a team. One team, say it. No comments. Give me a team.
Outbreak.
Harry, give me a team.
Deception.
Oh,
It's going to be a chat, man. It's going to happen. gonna have to be the chat.
Why did he put this on me?
Man, the chat is 50-50 as well, man.
Right, you're having it. Outbreak go through. Deception, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You've got to top 3.
Try my best, boys. Try my best.
Sorry, I've got to give it to Adam and boys. Everyone's going to hate me for this. I'm sorry. Right. Outbreak play HS in the grand final. Now, I know everyone's going wild, which I knew it would. Everyone.
Slinky's in the final coaching, boys.
That's the only reason he's coaching, because he wants to get to the final, doesn't he? I was winning. I went second team, mate. I came second at that event.
I will be second at I-Series events for 2 events in a row. Okay, so I-33 and I-49, I'm counting them, man.
By the way, as well, doesn't this match, this is the best of 11, won't this start off at 3-1 to High Society?
Yes.
Yeah.
It will do, won't it? So this is the best of 11. So, in theory then, if you say a team beat them before 3-1, are they going to steamroll them again?
Yes, 3-0. Be 6-1, I think.
In fact, there's a lot of people saying 6-1, to be fair.
Yeah.
I agree. I reckon the best
I know it's getting late, chat. Do you want me to go through map by map, game by game, or do you want to call it?
It's 11:30, boys, so it's down to the chat.
I think I will go whatever the chat says. If the chat wants me to go game by game to build it up to score, I will do. If not, we'll call it. Yeah, saying call it. Everyone wants to call it.
Cowpole there.
Cowpole. It's only Cowpole. Cowpole's not doing it.
You, Cowpole.
Yeah, I'm going to call it. So, I don't think they'll go down in flames. I think they'll give a fight, at least. So, Adam, any words?
I reckon I agree. That Outbreak will put up a good fight because they have to. It's the final. But I reckon HS they have the ability to step up a gear, and they will deliver. I think the best part about the finals, if there's a stream, do you remember at EGL 8 they had like a camera so you can see the players and you can see the coach and like them playing. I want to see some Harry faces in the final on stream, right? And I want to see his in the background. I want to.
Joe gets an overkill. I'm just like,
go on, Harry. But yeah, I reckon I reckon HS will walk away with the win. But close games.
Very nice. Okay, then. So what do you think?
If it's coach v coach, then I mean I can take Donny any day. Okay. High Society are the best team in Europe for a reason. And
whoa, don't be saying. I remember I saw this last time on Twitter. Whoa, number 2 team from the in before vibe.
Nah, they didn't go to Cyclone, so currently High Society are the best team in Europe. That's all I'm saying. But they are the best team at that event, and they are seen the number 1 for a reason. And they've played together for too long, and they've been at the top for too long to lose to a guy who's played top 12 in Snowdrive. As good as he is, and I think he will be a top player. I think he will be the best. He will be up there with Chalky in a couple of years' time, but I can't see High Society even dropping a game in the final, man. I can't see it happening.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what then, we will give Outbreak it's going to be, it's a HS win, isn't it? Congratulations, HS, and I think it will be, at most, 6-2, at most.
That's fair.
I think to say. So, that's it then. We are pretty much done. I hope everyone kind of enjoyed it. I know it's late. I'm really, really apologise for the lateness, guys. I've enjoyed it. It's been good fun. I think the top 8 is definite. By all means, I think it's fair, definitely. I'm really looking forward to it. Give me and Jules something to comment about. Give me a good game. I'm looking forward. The stream is going to be incredible. The stuff that Roy has done for that stream for the community is unbelievable, and it's really going to put. If you give us good games, it's going to put European Halo on the map. There's going to be a lot of people watching. Trust me.
We got a rundown of the top 8 that we just had. we just made in our mock bracket? I started first.
HS, Outbreak, Deception, A4D.
Yep.
Then it will be
Shoots with machine guns.
ITF and Sheeps in console for
top
5th and 6th. D12 versus Get Off the Clown for top 8.
Nice, Get Off the Clown. Well played, boys.
Well played. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Obviously, you can't please everybody with predictions. That's why they're called predictions. I'm sorry if you think we're wrong, but we're good to go. Yeah, a couple of things before we go. Next week, I know there's not a lot of Americans in here, but next week I have managed to bag Ghosty Army to come on and release V5 to us. So yeah, I was stunned that he said yes, and he was gonna. I thought he would go on to do it on First Strike, but he says he will come on and he will release V5 game types and maps. I asked him and he said, yeah, good to go. Yes, next week is i49, but just to let you know, we're doing it on a Wednesday, 9:30 on a Wednesday. Now, the only thing that Ghost told me to tell everybody is the simple fact that it's going to be possibly one day after the new maps come out. So he's told me to tell everybody he will give us V5 set in stone, weapons, maps, game types that he has now, minus the new maps for the simple fact that he wants at least 1 week to test them. But there's definitely, we think we all know that Pit's going to be in there. We're not stupid. But yeah, I was stunned. I asked him. He said he's definitely up for it, and it'll give us something to talk about i49 as well. But he's going to come on next week, next Wednesday, and he's going to release V5 for us. So yes, really looking forward to that. It's going to be great. Yeah, apart from that, is there anything else we've got to say before we go offline, guys, to the community?
Not really. Just a quick one next week. I can't imagine it should be action-packed. I imagine it'll be dominated by V5. I won't actually be here because I'll be in Camden, perhaps maybe even on my way to i49 on the Wednesday. So it depends how things go. It depends how when our hotel is booked for. But yeah, I won't be here. So it's for you two and Ghost getting all snuggly and talk about V5 and you'll have a good time.
Take off the hat, you fool.
He had his hat forwards on First Strike the other day.
Yeah, forward hat.
Yeah.
It was probably the most scary thing I've ever seen.
It was weird, wasn't it?
It was a shock to the system.
They're the final brackets, by the way, if anyone wants to. I know. There is asking for them. But yeah, got Ghost on racing V5. I was absolutely stunned when he said it.
That's pretty good.
Couple of things. If anyone wants to remember, Top Mid are doing the giveaway for the tickets to the Global Championship. So speak to Mikel and retweet that.
They're not actually tickets, are they? They're just invitations.
Invitations, yeah. But you do have to pay all your expenses and everything. So be aware, if you are entering this, don't waste them guys' time. You need to have the money and be prepared. You're talking at least 1,500 quid before you even start.
And not to mention a passport, obviously, as well. And you have to be 18.
Got to be 18, and the tickets from a hotel at the airport to there is $40 each way. So just make sure you have the money. If you're going to enter that competition, you need the money to do it. But it is, I'd love to. If I had savings, which I don't, I'd go tomorrow. It'll be fair. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Hamza has done a fantastic job tonight. I think can everyone in the chat please thank Hamza for what he's done. He's organised all this, set it all up, and he's done the brackets and figured it all out. So a great producer. Hamza is just a genius. We thank you so much for doing it all. Yeah, guys, signing off from myself as Slinky. Thank you very much for watching. Good night.
Bye.